to go. It is a 24-19 New York lead behind 14 points from Jalen Brunson. And it's interesting, Monica, because in the first-round series from 2 years ago that we're going to bring up a lot, at least for this first game.
Just bear with us, folks.
Brunson did not have a strong start. He had 22 points in Game 1, 24 points in Game 2, and the Knicks still won those games. Then, over the final 4 games, here are his point totals against Philly. 39, 47, 40, and then 43 in the clincher, and he had double-digit assists in 3 of those games. If he's going to produce like that right from the jump, the Knicks are in a good position. They'll come out of the timeout with Brunson, McBride, Clarkson, and Anunoby back in, and Mitchell Robinson still out there with 2 fouls on Towns. Maxey from left to right, pressured by McBride, passes to the right wing for Paul George. He's knocked down a couple of threes already. Screen from Embiid up top. He'll drive on Robinson, left elbow, felt the contact, goes up a bad shot, no call. Rebound collected by Clarkson. That's his first defensive rebound.
They're trying to foul Mitchell
playoffs.
Robinson. Good gracious.
They are indeed fouling Mitchell Robinson with seldom used Philadelphia native Justin Edwards, who played sparingly in that first-round series.
And now, to be honest, before that, immediately off of the defensive rebound, because I was about to get mad because I thought Joel Embiid was being dirty, then it clicked that he was trying to foul Mitchell Robinson immediately. I think he withdrew because, to your point, you got Justin Edwards out there. There's no reason for Embiid to pick up fouls. But this is going to be a really interesting test because the Knicks can't go back to Karl-Anthony Towns with 2 fouls right now.
Robinson 5 of 13 in the playoffs, 5 of 14 now. That one's off the right side rim. Now, once you get under 2 minutes, you can't intentionally foul someone away from the play. You get 1 free throw in possession. So this is perfect timing for Nick Nurse to use his hack-a-Mitch strategy.
If Mitchell Robinson goes 50% from the free throw line in a game, I'll take it.
I think most Knicks fans would agree. That one rattled out. Softer touch that time, but it popped free into the hands of George. 24-19. Knicks lead the Sixers. 2:49 remaining in this first quarter.
Ooh, nice.
On 3, Quentin Grimes missed it short from the far side wing. Rebound Robinson. They're looking at him. Edwards wrapped him up at midcourt, and he'll get right back to the free throw line. Now, Mike Brown's complaining about something. Were they also just trying to grab Jalen Brunson to prevent him from doing anything before the foul was drawn on Robinson? Let's see. Either way, Robinson's at the free throw line for 2, and Edwards fouled him again. That may be his primary role in this series. At the basket to our left, Robinson will get 2 more. The Nick Nurse, who just knocked out Joe Mazzulla, is taking a page out of his book. First foul shot for Robinson, just off the front rim. Hit every part of the cup before dropping loose from front iron.
I really thought he would get the next one that he took.
So the options for the Knicks, if they do not want Robinson to keep shooting free throws, you can bring in Towns with 2 fouls, as you said, Monica, correctly, I think. That's not a great idea with Embiid and his ability to draw fouls. You can look at Ariel Hukporti, Jeremy Sohan, who have not been used hardly at all in the postseason. Or we have seen OG Anunoby prove capable of guarding Embiid. That free throw halfway down, but it popped out. Truly closer every time from Robinson, but he's 0 for 4.
Well, you got to survive this for 33 more seconds.
Maxey at midcourt, splits a double team, but he'll draw a foul. Ball came loose into the hands of Robinson, top of the key, but beforehand, a foul called on McBride, and that will send Maxey to the free throw line at the basket to our right. Now, Rick Brunson and Mike Brown talking animatedly on the far sideline. Those two usually have discussions about who should be substituted into the game.
Jalen Brunson that time just inadvertently trips Tyrese Maxey, but there's not much to discuss there.
Okay, Ariel Hukporti coming into the game, Monica. At the basket to our right, Tyrese Maxey hits the first free throw. And Monica, that's his first point of the game. He's going to play at least 40 minutes tonight as Robinson comes out and Hukporti comes in. Joel Embiid still in the game. And even if Ariel Hukporti plays the best game of his entire life, it is still going to be very difficult to match up with Joel Embiid the way he's playing right now. As Maxey sinks both, he's got 2 points. Sixers back within 2 with 2.5 to go, or back within 3 with 2.5 to go in the first quarter. Brunson at midcourt, guarded by Oubre. Passes left to Anunoby. Edwards gets the assignment. Screen from Huckporty, pick and roll. Anunoby straight on three, banked it in. He might have been trying to draw a foul, but
I think he was.
That's been his postseason. Magnet on the rim for OG Anunoby. It's a 5-point Knick lead. Down the lane, right side, Oubre got to the cup, lost it clean out of bounds, and not arguing for a foul either. Knicks will take it.
Oh, no.
And on the inbound, the Knicks lose it.
Okay, so other than this turnover for the Knicks, prior to that, I think Ariel Huckporty might offer just enough chaotic energy to be disruptive. He was part of the reason that Kelly Oubre missed that point-blank layup at the rim in terms of getting back down to protect the rim out of that drop coverage. Obviously, you're right. He gives up some size to Joel Embiid, and it's a tall task to defend him, but energy impacts.
I believe they've called that a 2 for Anunoby as he leaned in, must have stepped on the line, top of the key. Now a pass to a baseline cutting Embiid leads to a foul as he caught it under the hoop, flung his body toward the right side baseline and tossed the ball in the air. The good news is that trained the clock down to 1:59, which means Mitchell Robinson is able to come into the game. That is a foul on Huckporty and 2 more free throws for Embiid. The Embiid-Maxey combo is 1 of 7 from the field, but they've combined for 8 points, 6 of them at the free throw line. At the foul line right, Embiid is pantomiming a free throw. Now Scott Foster gives him the ball so they can do it for real. So yes, a 2-pointer for OG Anunoby. That's his first shot attempt and his first make, of course. Embiid sinks the first free throw. He's 5 for 5. Huckporty coming out, and now Robinson back in. And it should be noted that Robinson only has 1 foul. And they have once again taken a look at that Anunoby shot, and it is a 3-pointer as initially thought. So 1 on the board for New York. The box score and the scoreboard here, it went back and forth from 26 to 27 points about 4 times. But the final answer is the score is 27-22 New York, 1:59 to go in the first. And Embiid adds another for Philly with his 6th free throw in 10 minutes. 27-23 Knicks. It is now Brunson, McBride, Clarkson, Anunoby, and Robinson. Knicks have made each of the last 7 shots. Brunson top of the key, crosses Oubre. Left wing, inside out, down the lane, left side. Baseline turnaround jumper short. Long rebound, Oubre hands to Maxey, who speeds ahead. Sixers from left to right, down by 4. 97 seconds to go, first quarter. Oubre in the lane, blocked at the cut by Anunoby.
What a great play by OG Anunoby. Impeccable timing, although Mitchell Robinson was on the other side of that drive.
Averaged 1 block a game against Atlanta. Now top of the key, Anunoby. Pick and slip with Robinson. Drives past Oubre all the way to the rim for a left-hand layup. Embiid was there but didn't put a hand up, and Anunoby put it through.
Part of the hesitancy from Embiid is because you got Mitchell Robinson on the back end, and that lob threat has been something that defenses have to respect.
Maxey, bad pass, far corner. Oubre almost saved it, but he stepped on the far sideline. That's a rare turnover from Tyrese Maxey. He had just 9 in the 7 games against Boston, but the Knicks will take it up by 6. 46 assists and 9 turnovers for Maxey in the first round. Final minute, first quarter. Knicks ball up 6. Anunoby right wing, pick and roll Robinson. Edwards on his hip, foul line, pump fake. He'll pull up for 2. Got fouled, and a free throw coming up, or 2 for Anunoby as the shot missed short. But these young Sixers defenders really being asked to rise up with a thin roster. Edgecombe has not been able to handle Brunson, and Edwards there could not mark Anunoby. He'll get 2 free throws up by 6 with 50 seconds to go in the first quarter.
So I actually saw Nick Nurse reach down for Dalen Terry.
No way.
He sent him back, but that was right when the Knicks brought in Ariel Huckporty, but he didn't actually make it into the ballgame. So what I'm saying is Nick Nurse is unafraid to get creative, unconventional, call different numbers. I think that the bench matchup is really going to be something to keep an eye on through this series. I mean, Justin Edwards is not someone who has seen significant minutes in the rotation. Now, he's had a few feel-good games over the course of his career and his story, how he got to the Sixers. But, yeah, he should not be an 8th man in an NBA rotation.
2 free throws for Anunoby, largest Knick lead, up by 8. Dalen Terry, once a Knick on paper, always a Knick on paper. Flip for Yabusele, and then again with 2 second-round picks for Alvarado. Embiid from left to right. Foul line pull-up. Passed out of it left wing for Grimes, who speeds past Brunson. Gets it to a cutting Embiid, who blows a point-blank layup, and it's pulled off the rim by Robinson. Fans love the miss from Embiid. 1 for 6 from the field. McBride, right elbow. Spins on Grimes, leans in. Tough right-hand shot, rolls off the back rim and in from the dotted line. And the Knicks have the series' first double-digit lead, 33-23.
Great read by Deuce McBride, and it's great to see him start this series with a solid feel for the basketball. His first couple of shots have gone down.
Maxey at the near sideline, pressured by McBride. A 6-0 Knick run. Maxey down the lane left side, took a shoulder check from Robinson, then pulled up, passed out of the shot, but the Knicks are over the limit anyway. So 7.3 to go in the first quarter, and Tyrese Maxey will get his third and fourth free throws. He is 0 for 1 from the field, 3 rebounds and no assists.
So both Knicks big men now with 2. Looks like the Knicks are going to play for offense in this last 7.3 in the first quarter and get Karl-Anthony Towns on the floor after these free throws.
The right side basket, Maxey connects on the first free throw.
Okay, they changed their mind. They're going Landry Shamet.
His first action of the series. And just 11 total points in the first round. The Knicks are getting to their spots and they're hitting their shots. They are 13 of 19 from the field, 4 of 7 from 3. And perhaps most importantly, many media members, even fans, have said the key to this series is finding a way to neutralize Tyrese Maxey. I think every Knicks fan would have signed up for no assists and no made field goals in the first quarter.
Maybe I'm too stuck on words in this one. I think as important as the defensive energy that Maxey and Embiid garner and the respect they are due is that the Knicks find their way on offense. And I actually think that's where they're going to have a significant advantage in this series.
Maxey able to get both free throws, so all 4 of his points have come from the stripe. 7.3 to go. Knicks by 8 first quarter. Inbounded McBride with 6. Across midcourt with 5. Left wing with 4. Poked away by George with 1. And then kicked by, I believe, McBride. Or is it Oubre?
I think they're going to Oubre.
So it's off of Oubre. 1.7 left in this quarter. Now Towns will check in. The Knicks do have it in the front court left. So they'll have, I suppose, relatively a good amount of time for a catch and shoot. Towns in, Shamet out. It will be McBride to inbound. His options are Anunoby on the block, Towns to the near elbow, Brunson top with the key, and at the right point, Jordan Clarkson. McBride's got the ball ready for the inbound. Screen from Towns frees up Brunson right wing. He'll catch it, leans in, floater at the horn, too strong. And just his 3rd miss of the entire quarter. Can't put a damper on a 14-point opening frame for the Knicks captain. He's helped lead New York to a 33-25 lead after 12 minutes in game 1.
Well, all things considered, you got to be pleased with the Knicks' offensive productivity so far in this one. They're outscoring the Sixers in the paint by 10. They're shooting 65% from the field. The thing that I like, Tyler, is the pace that they're playing with. You've got, 6 people that have already scored the basketball tonight, obviously led by Jalen Brunson. It's 14 points. He had an excellent start in this ball game.
It is an 8-point Knicks lead. They've had 3 days of rest. The Sixers only 1 after a 7-game grinder. Can you wear down this impressive but thin Philly team? Knicks have missed just 7 shots. Sixers have made only 6. 33-25, Knicks in the lead. Second quarter is next. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. the Sixers 33-25 as we begin the second quarter at Madison Square Garden. 14 points from Jalen Brunson on 6 of 9 shooting. He had 2 assists as well, which is currently the game high. OG Anunoby scored 7, and Deuce McBride, who may be having an early series audition for a more prominent role as this second round goes along. He had 5 points, and not for the entire quarter, but he played some solid defense on Tyrese Maxey, who was 0 for 1 from the field and did not have an assist.
That is unusual for Maxey, but we've seen this with Brunson sometimes. It takes your guards a little minute to get going in a series, to evaluate how they're being played. And I will say for Maxey, I still think he's adjusting to being on the floor with Joel Embiid, right? He tends to defer a bit as opposed to being the guy to get his squad going.
Jose Alvarado will run the point to begin the second quarter. Towns is back in with 2 fouls. Baseline cutter Anunoby catches, pump fakes, and scores over George underneath the basket. And how many times did we see that play against Atlanta? Towns up top finding a baseline cutter Anunoby. It's a 10-point Knick lead. Sixers from left to right. They do not have Maxey nor Embiid on the floor. It's Paul George's unit here, swinging around Kelly Oubre, far corner 3, off the right side rim, rebound Alvarado. Knicks from right to left in white and orange tonight. Alvarado left side arc screen from Towns, gets to the foul line, pick and roll, picked up his dribble, now out to McBride on the left side wing. Alvarado near sideline, post up Towns, now pop out left corner, his 3-pointer is short, and George gets the board. Sixers have missed 6 of their last 7 shots. Andre Drummond is the center. He is not a shooter, at least he usually isn't. And now Quentin Grimes, far corner, he rattled out a 3. It's Alvarado the other way.
Immediately without Joel Embiid on the floor, though, you can see the Sixers playing faster.
Towns, strong drive right side, bricked it, got his own layup, and put it back up and in. He averaged 2 offensive rebounds a game in round 1. It's a 12-point lead. Paul George. Point forward here on the high sideline. Marked by Anunoby. Screen on the left from Drummond. Pick and roll. 3-pointer off the dribble. Good from the far wing. Paul George is 3 of 4 from downtown. He's the only Sixers star who's got it going right now. It's a 9-point game.
But it's not a bad start to have it going in terms of keeping things afloat. The other thing is you got to watch that action with Karl-Anthony Towns.
Beautiful pass from Towns to an open cutting Alvarado on the baseline for a reverse layup. 11-point Knick lead. That
is definitely one of the reads that we saw from this offense that we saw come to life versus the Atlanta Hawks. Just screening and getting your guys open.
Long 2, Paul George straight on, rattled out. Offensive rebound Drummond, then got whacked by Anunoby on the rebound. Now Alvarado asking for that foul to be put on him, but it's going to be number 2 on Anunoby. Also 2 on Towns. 10:02 to go in the second quarter. It's 39-28 Knicks.
I can't see where the foul was for Anunoby. It seemed very, very light.
Bit of a head jerk from Drummond to alert the referees.
Everybody's selling everything.
And they let go of Oubre underneath. It was a pass from the right block from George to Oubre. He jammed it wide open. 9-point game.
Now bear in mind, at the end of the first quarter, the Knicks were up in second chance points 12-2. Or excuse me, in paint points.
Anunoby left elbow, double team, turns toward the paint, and then tried to kick it out far corner, but it's stolen by Oubre. Lead pass to the far corner in the front court for Grimes. Skips it to the right side for Edgecombe, and his near sideline 3 won't go. Rebound, a whistle, and a loose ball foul on Drummond. He pushed Towns out of the way from behind. And the Knicks will take over, up by 9. And Josh Hart's coming back in with 9:26 to go before halftime.
Yeah, I was thinking, just watching how things go, besides the fact that he's picked up 2 fouls now for OG Anunoby, it just seems like he's a little bit tired, fatigued, maybe just need a little chance to recalibrate some of the decisions that he's made in the last couple sequences.
Mitchell Robinson will come into the game as well. And it looks like Deuce McBride will check out. So you've got Alvarado at the point, Hart and Bridges on the wings. And we do indeed have, for the first time in round 2, the double big lineup. Towns at the power forward and Robinson playing center. And this is happening without Embiid on the floor.
Yeah, I don't think that the Knicks would go to this lineup much with starters on the floor for the Sixers.
Let's see how it goes against some reserves. Towns at the foul line. He got quickly double teamed by Oubre and George and forced a bad pass to the far sideline out of bounds.
He got hacked on the arm there.
He was looking over toward Courtney Kirkland, but the call's not coming. Edgecombe, Grimes, Oubre, George, and Drummond, the 5 on the floor for the Sixers. Nick Nurse is resting both of his superstars, Maxey and Embiid. Hart blew up a dribble handoff left side, took it away from George, finds a streaking Bridges. He'll get to the cup for his second slam of the game, and an 11-point Knicks lead.
Is there a postseason all-defensive team? Because Josh Hart has just been able to answer whatever defensive call the Knicks have needed from him so far in the postseason.
There is not, as you know, but there should be. Oubre on the right wing. He'll hit a three off a driving kick from George. And a timeout from Mike Brown. That was one of the more open looks the Sixers have had from three. And Kelly Oubre, don't want to let him get hot. He was 4 of 25 from three in the first round, but he can shoot it. He's brought it back to an 8-point game.
Well, that is why the double big has become so sort of risky, if you will, because Karl-Anthony Towns is going to have to guard Oubre in space. Otherwise, he's going to continue to have that look.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Hustle over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Knicks have led by as many as 12, but right now it's an 8-point game, 41-33. New York in the opening game of the Eastern Conference semifinals. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Good evening. Good to see y'all. Potoi. Thought I'd come on early, give you a little bonus audio. And then when we get to halftime of the featured game, Westside Spurs, WEMBA, Timberwolves, Randall, maybe Anthony Edwards. Maybe Anthony Edwards. You know how they like to play around and not really say, or kind of say, probable, but still questionable, but you know. Anyway, it says he's playing. From what I'm seeing, updated, it's saying he is playing and starting. We'll see. They need him. Anyway, that's the featured game. When we get to halftime of the featured game, we're going to listen to this game just for halftime. And by that point, that'll probably be the end of Philly, New York. So we'll be able to get a good little bit of bonus audio. Anyway, Potoi, just saying what's up. Hope everybody having a good Monday. Hey, it's real folks out here hooping today and tomorrow. We ain't having none of that shit we was having these first couple of games. Anyway, commercial break. Better yet, almost back to the ball game.
Knicks went on a 16-6 run to take a 12-point lead earlier in the second quarter, but the Sixers right back in it. It's a 41-33 Knicks lead, so up by 8 with 8:41 remaining in the second quarter. Let's pause 10 seconds to allow stations to identify themselves on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network.
Hey, this is Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson for three.
And this is your home for New York Knicks basketball. This is 880 ESPN.
WHSQ and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
With Monica McNutt, I'm Tyler Murray. The Sixers, with that timeout, able to bring Tyrese Maxey back into the game. He averaged 41 minutes last round, and that number's not going to go down here in the Eastern Conference semifinals. He's out there with B.J. Edgecombe, Kelly Oubre, Paul George, and Andre Drummond. For the Knicks, it's Jose Alvarado, Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and the double bigs remain, Towns and Robinson. Alvarado across center court finds Bridges left wing, marked by Maxey. Screen up top from Robinson, pick and roll, skips it past left corner, three from Hart. It's good. Josh Hart's three-point shot is a major swing point in the series. That one gives New York an 11-point lead.
Bucket.
Guy that
I damn sure need him on my fantasy squad. That's for sure.
He works and just how
DraftKings, come on.
This game is whatever this team needs.
Maxey speeds to the right elbow, but missed a fadeaway short. Hart will streak ahead from coast to coast, try to kick it out far corner Alvarado. He got clocked as he jumped to pass that, and they will call a foul on Philadelphia, although both Maxey and Edgecombe are looking around asking for a challenge. 8:07 to go in the second quarter. They will say it's 2 fouls on B.J. Edgecombe. Came in third for Rookie of the Year. He got a lot of ball on that pass out from Hart. But the Knicks will keep it, and Nick Nurse will keep his challenge for now. Far sideline inbound, Alvarado up top to Robinson, hands back to his point guard. Sets a screen, Alvarado for three. That's too strong from the top of the key. Oubre gets the rebound.
I like the look by Alvarado. We would not call that necessarily his strength, but he does have the ability to knock down open ones.
He was 5 of 10 against Atlanta. Maxey will sprint to the middle of the paint. Floater in the lane. He missed it, but a foul on Robinson, who comes away limping toward the right side baseline. Maybe he stepped on his foot.
Maxey stepped on his right foot.
Right. Which I suppose is better than the alternative. Really dangerous when you land on someone's foot. You can roll your ankle very easily. Robinson, hands on his knees to the right side foul line, as Maxey will take the free throw.
So here's the deal, though. Again, we're watching this double big thing, and it just really puts one of those guys at a disadvantage. And not that that foul couldn't have happened without the double big lineup, but there is a mismatch elsewhere. You're just living with that one for the advantage of the rebounding.
And you do have a natural rebounding advantage just by your general height in this series. The Knicks are a +1 right now with the Towns and Robinson lineup. It's about to be an even 0 as Maxey hits the free throw, so back to a 9-point game. And the Sixers are 12 of 12 from the line. 7:49 remains in this opening half. Knicks ball from right to left. Brunson about to check in, but for now it's Alvarado setting up Bridges near midcourt. Screen from Towns, pick and roll. Bridges to the foul line, right elbow, pulls up for two and sinks a 10-footer from the far side mid-range. Bridges gives the Knicks an 11-point lead.
We had a chance to discuss this a little bit in the pregame show on television with our buddies. Mikal Bridges is going to have opportunities in this game.
Double team on Edgecombe at the foul line. It's taken away by Bridges and Alvarado. Bridges on the high side wing, back up top to Alvarado. Left elbow Towns, defended by Drummond, faces up, takes a dribble, steps toward the rim, double teamed, and missed the bank shot with Edgecombe behind him. Towns especially angry at a no call there.
I really would have liked Towns just to use a sweep through going to his left. He had the whole left side of the floor to himself.
Maxey misses a right wing three short. Offensive rebound, Oubre passes back to Maxey, who slithers inside for a right-hand layup. It's back to a 9-point game as Maxey has his first field goal of the game.
There are certainly moments when Karl-Anthony Towns waits and it's the right decision, but other times you just got to go while you got the defense on their heels.
He'll go here for three and hits from the top of the key. A scoop pass from Alvarado and no hesitation from Towns. He is 2 of 3 from downtown already, and a timeout from Nick Nurse with the Knicks up by 12.
Having a little bit of an exchange with Courtney Kirkland as he headed over to the Knicks bench. But that, you're right, Tyler, was a decisive decision that he wasted no time, and it was the correct decision in this one. Towns has already knocked down 2 threes in this one. He's got 8 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists so far.
This Knicks timeout is sponsored by Verizon. Also, over to your local Verizon store to learn more about a limited time deal when you switch to Fios Internet and Verizon Mobile. Bundle and save with Verizon. Knicks 49, Sixers 37. This matches the Knicks' largest lead of Game 1. You're listening to New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network. 49-37, the Knicks lead the Sixers. 6:42 to go in this second quarter. The Knicks are shooting the lights out. 65% from the field, 6 of 12 from 3. And then for the free throw line, they've had 4 misses from Mitchell Robinson, so they're 3 of 7. But, Monica, you've said this a couple of times, and you're right. If the Knicks can play offense to their potential, it might not even matter how tough Embiid and Maxey are to stop. This Knicks offense can reach a higher ceiling than a lot of other teams in the NBA.
Yeah, and right now it is shooting 50% from the three-point line and 64.5% overall, which is solid. Now, if you could just limit some of these turnovers, have only been 4, but a couple of them have been particularly egregious because they were unforced errors. You'd be in even a better position. Now, the also thing to acknowledge, we're halfway through the second quarter. I think there are adjustments to come. Both teams are still sort of feeling one another out.
Embiid on the high side wing, back into the game, defended by Karl-Anthony Towns. He's got 2 fouls. Maxey up top, and a whistle and a foul drawn by Embiid, but it's on Bridges here, fighting around his screen on the left side wing. 3rd foul on the Knicks in the second quarter. They're up by 12, 6:31 to go before halftime.
I will say, living through this, the whistle that Joel Embiid's, I am captivated by it.
It swung Game 7 in Boston. Got a lot of calls fighting for rebounds. Far side mid-range Embiid. One dribble, posting up Towns, double team from Bridges. Repost now with Embiid. Spins on Towns, pump fake, leans in around Brunson. Throws up a wild shot and gets it to go. His body was parallel to the painted area almost. It's a 10-point game. Brunson back in right wing. Towns up top.
Underneath, Maxey.
Anunoby defended by Maxey. They will find him on the mismatch, but he's not underneath anymore. He's at the far side mid-range, so he pulls up for 2 and missed it off the front rim. Embiid the rebound. Halfway through the second quarter, Knicks 49, Sixers 39. Maxey from left to right, pick and pop with Embiid. He'll keep it on the right wing for now, defended by Brunson. Screen from Embiid left side, and he'll get it back up top to Embiid. He walks into a catch and shoot 3, hard off the back rim, and a long rebound from Bridges. Embiid 3 of 20 in the first round from 3. Towns baseline drive, and he stuffs it two-handed.
This is what I want to see on the left side of the floor for Karl-Anthony Towns. Previously, he had caught the ball, and it was just him and Draymond Drummond. That's not his name. Andre Drummond. Just go.
Grimes with the foul line. Pass to him was picked off by Hart. Kicks it left corner. Brunson for 3. Short. Rebound Embiid. Knicks by 12. 5:15 to go in the second quarter. Maxey walks into a right wing triple and missed it too strong. His shot has not been there tonight. He's 1 out of 5. Hart speeding ahead from right to left. Spins on Grimes, who tried to draw a charge, and it will be a blocking foul. Grimes had the right idea at the far side elbow, but Hart changed his direction into a spin move just in time, and it's like they caught Grimes leaning at the last minute.
Josh Hart and Kelly Oubre are actually tied with 4 rebounds each in the contest for the lead in the game.
You normally expect that to be someone over 7 foot, and there are 3 guys getting regular minutes who are 7 feet plus. 2 of the better rebounding guards in the NBA. Josh Hart is a clear number 1. PJ Edgecombe is a pretty good offensive rebounder. He averaged over 2 a game against Boston. Knicks ball up 12. Far sideline. Brunson gets it to Hart in the corner in front of the Knick bench. Screen from Towns. Hart to the dotted line. Kicks it left corner. Anunoby. Good closeout from Oubre, but then a baseline drive from Anunoby, and a left-hand layup is good. Maybe too good of a closeout from Oubre. Knicks by 14.
It's 2 baskets now consecutively on the left side of the floor for the Knicks. They're doing a good job of taking advantage of the way this Sixers defense is loading.
3 Knicks in double figures. Brunson, Towns, and now Anunoby. Edgecombe at the near sideline. 4:36 to go before halftime. Edgecombe crosses over Bridges, not going anywhere. Crossover again, foul line, spin move, pull-up, floater, too strong. Good defense from Bridges, but then Edgecombe almost stole the rebound from Towns. Diving from behind Brunson, looking for that loose ball. He tripped up the Knick captain, and a hard fall from Brunson. It's the 4th foul on the Sixers, and Brunson's back up, but not necessarily walking like you'd like him to as Edgecombe picks up his 3rd foul.
This is going to be a physical series all around.
Brunson landed hard on his left side. Maybe his shoulder took the brunt of the contact, maybe his left hip, but he's got the ball now from right to left, passing to the near wing for Bridges. Left corner, Anunoby couldn't drive baseline on Oubre this time. Reset with Bridges. Now Towns, top of the key. Steps for the left point. Pump fakes, drives on the smaller Edgecombe to the rim on the far side. Spins, kicks, Anunoby left wing into the mid-range. Will pull up for 2 and connects at the end of the shot clock. OG Anunoby is 5 of 6 from the field, and the Knicks have a game-high 16-point lead.
Similar to what we saw, Karl Anthony Towns has 4 assists in this one.
Oubre catches baseline right, missed a point-blank layup. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of the Knicks, says Scott Foster. Anunoby wants a challenge. Mike Brown looking down the bench to Jordan Brink. And yes, they say challenge, but will they have an opportunity? Yes, Scott Foster was not sure if he had that call right. So he held on to that ball a little bit longer than usual before giving it to the Sixers to inbound. The Knicks will challenge up 16 with 3:46 to go in the second quarter.
I'm very fascinated that you were able to juice all of that. But if he knew he got him wrong, he should just gather with his buddies and review it himself so the Knicks don't have to use their challenge in the first place.
That's also a great point, Monica. The Knicks
He did get it wrong.
The Knicks are 2-1 in challenges in the playoffs.
Don't let pride come before a fall now, Scott Foster.
We'll get a look on the video board, and I think initially the trajectory was initiated.
You know
by
what?
Towns.
Now I just got mad all over again because he said OG Anunoby stepped out of bounds in Atlanta, and it was Dyson Daniels' foot. He need to get some color-correcting contact lenses and be responsible for making mistakes instead of teams having to use their challenges.
The Knicks were able to.
She's usually the reason why I don't listen to the Knicks
broadcast.
broadcast. I'm just saying.
And Monica
She's
McNutt
good on
Scott
TV.
Foster's having a tough
I don't really care
postseason,
to listen to her.
but he is known
I just never
as
changed.
perhaps the best
I'm just
official
saying.
in the modern era of the NBA. 55-39, the
After
Knicks
he
have the lead.
determined that Kelly Oubre was the last to touch the ball, and there was no approximate foul in the play. This is deemed a successful challenge. New York will not be charged a timeout, and they will be able to challenge subsequent plays.
Found out today that the maximum time you have to decide a challenge is 30 seconds. That's usually only important during a timeout. That was a live ball moment there, but that's longer than you usually see an official wait to give an inbound to a team with a call potentially going to be challenged. Meanwhile, Oubre, they ran a great play for him. He was wide open on a right baseline cut and almost seemed surprised he was so open. He missed a layup with his head over the rim. He was ready for a slam but couldn't put it through. 3:46 to go in the second quarter. Knicks hoping to close out this frame as well as they've begun it. We have seen teams in the last couple of years and even in the last series, the Atlanta Hawks came back from 12 down at the end of the third quarter in game 2. Towns up top, one hand pass to Hart, far corner. He'll drive on edge, come to the dotted line, pump fake, 2 steps toward the cup, and a right-hand layup around the rookie. The Knicks have an 18-point lead on an 8-0 run.
This is really good footwork in this ball game from Josh Hart. 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 5 points for Hart so far.
That's the 5th assist for Karl Anthony Towns. He is on pace for his 3rd triple-double in the last 4 playoff games. Oubre, a strong drive to the center of the paint. He took a whack from Josh Hart, and he threw up a floater that dropped in. Big bucket momentum-wise for Kelly Oubre. 16-point game with a free throw coming.
Meanwhile, I think the Sixers' big fella may have absorbed a hit right in that appendectomy appendix area. I did not see what happened, but he is buckled over at half court, walking toward the Knicks basket now.
Yeah, he's grabbing his midsection. I don't know exactly where the appendix is, Monica.
I just assumed because he grabbed his midsection.
But what I do know is he no longer has one.
Oh, yeah, good point. The sore region.
Free throw is good from Kelly Oubre, so the 3-point play is complete. He's got 10 points, so does Embiid. But the Knicks lead by 15. Towns out high, passes right for Brunson. Embiid guarding him, fans love it. Brunson crosses over, foul line, pull-up jumper, got it. Too easy for Jalen Brunson on Joel Embiid. Knicks lead by 17.
Just a great read by Jalen Brunson, but you're accustomed to that from him because of his high basketball IQ. Talk about hunting a matchup. Woohoo!
First basket of the second quarter. He's got 16 points. Maxey driving right side, throws his shoulder into Towns, scores and one with the 3rd foul on Karl Anthony Towns. And now you have to make a decision here. It's been quite an ideal first half, but with Towns officially in foul trouble, 2:40 to go in the second quarter, up by 15. They will bring in Ariel Hukporti.
So the other thing that's been revealed to me a bit is I don't know if you want to go double bigs because you got them both on the floor picking up fouls potentially. Not that we were currently in a double big lineup situation.
You can theoretically bring in Mitchell Robinson under 2 minutes because you can't play Hackimich if you're Philly.
Yeah, but he also has 3 fouls.
And you wonder if something we saw at the very end of the regular season, they might be forced into thinking about, this might be crazy, maybe Jeremy Sohan just to see what it looks like at the 5 for a play or two.
I mean, you want Sohan or you want Mo Diawara?
I'm not going to answer that out of respect for both players.
Okay, well, I was just going to play ball. I'd have rather see Mo Diawara.
Tyrese Maxey at the right side foul line is able to hit. The Sixers are 14 of 14 from the line. That is keeping them in the game. They've made 13 shots from the field and 14 from the stripe. Knicks ball up 15, Anunoby left corner, wide open, but the pass was low. He finds Bridges left wing, his three-pointers off the back rim. Rebound by Hart. Bridges wide open left corner. He'll take another three. That one's good. Mikal Bridges from the near sideline. That's his first three-pointer, and the Knicks are back up by 17.
Second chance opportunities have been a good thing for the New York Knicks. They've got 10 second chance points.
Embiid up top. Marked by Hukporti. He'll take him to the foul line. Pull-up jumper in and out. The Knicks will give him that most of the night. Hart gets another rebound. Final 2 minutes, second quarter. Hart up top, split the double team. Passes right to Brunson. And as Hart split that double team, there was a reach-in foul on Philadelphia. 5th foul on the Sixers. Free throws for Hart. The crowd cheer you may have just heard was an after-the-whistle banked-in three-pointer from Brunson at the right perimeter. That will not count, of course, as Hart will get 2 free throws to the basket to our left.
Couple of stats of note, and we shouldn't be surprised by this one because the Sixers get to the line a ton, but they have doubled up the Knicks in free throw attempts. It was 7 to 14 prior to these 2 that Josh Hart is prepared to take now, so that closes the gap a bit, although he comes up short on the first one. 37.5% for the Knicks from the free throw line. Ouch. Not good.
Well, that was their first miss by someone not named Mitchell Robinson.
That's true, but also not good.
I think what you're driving at is Hart is getting 2 free throws here, and the second one is off the front rim and in. That is only now 5 free throws the Knicks have earned. The other 4
Correct. Handed to Mitchell Robinson.
Meanwhile, the Joel Embiid-led Sixers have earned 14 free throws. Embiid will catch underneath, scores over Anunoby, and it's a 63-47 game. 32-12 now, point to the paint favorite Knicks. Brunson slips inside, hits a floater at the dotted line. He thought he was fouled, no call. 18 points, a game high for Brunson. Knicks by 18.
Ariel Hukporti and Joel Embiid extracurriculars. Just keep an eye on that.
Left elbow, Embiid calling for it. Hukporti denying the pass. Paul George from the half circle, drains it from a step inside the three-point line off the dribble. Tough basket over Josh Hart. That quiets the crowd with 1:14 to go in the second quarter. 16-point game again. Brunson left wing, steps into a 3. Front rim and in. Brunson with the soft touch. He's got 21, and the Knicks have a 19-point lead, a game high.
It's a really strong screen set by Ariel Hukporti and then gets out of the way.
Maxey slicing inside in a right-hand layup. He got all the way across the paint from the far side mid-range. Brunson right wing, 17-point Knick lead. Final minute, second quarter. Brunson high side wing, crossover on Grimes, not going anywhere. Step back, pump fake, leans in, foul called, and he almost banked it in. But 3 free throws coming up for Jalen Brunson. He's got 21 points in this first half. And I got a feeling you're going to hear 3 letters chanted over and over again by this Knicks crowd, having watched their captain dominate this first half.
Yeah, if not for Jalen Brunson, I'm not sure where these Knicks would be. Although I do love the effort from Josh Hart, OG Anunoby, even Mikal Bridges, I thought has played with good movement and rhythm tonight. The free throw thing is going to be something that is concerning, but that is a challenge when you play Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey for different reasons, but both get to the line.
At the basket to our left, Brunson hits the first of his 3 free throws. So the Knicks are 5 of 10 from the line. Back up by 18 now. 44.7 to go in the second quarter. Coming off a 51.1 in Game 6. Largest playoff victory in franchise history as Brunson sinks another. 8 out of 16 from 3 in this game. So they're on pace for 32 three-point attempts. That's pretty much their average for the whole postseason. So a different vibe for what the Sixers have to deal with compared to Boston, who, of course, takes 53s in the game and is disappointed that he couldn't take 51.
Correct, but this is also game one. And that formula, what you just called out as Brunson gets the second free throw to go, is why I think Deuce McBride stands to be an X factor in this series because of his ability to score both behind the arc and in the paint.
Brunson got all three. It's a 20-point Knick lead. Final half-minute, second quarter. Tyrese Maxey front rim to straight on three off the dribble. Hukporti gets the rebound, and he's more than held his own against big number 21. 16 to shoot, 23 to play. Fans on their feet for the final Knicks offensive possession of this second quarter. 71-51. Brunson at the center court logo.
Going after the mismatch. He's trying to get Joel Embiid involved in that pick and roll.
McBride finds Hart, left corner, three, into the shot clock, short. Offensive rebound, Bridges. 4 seconds left in the second quarter. Brunson right wing. He'll take a three, and he hit it! 0.3 to go before halftime, and Jalen Brunson has a 27-point first half, and the Sixers heave comes up well short. It's a 74-51 New York lead after 2 quarters in game one.
Many a Knicks fan may have flashed back when this matchup was set to the sluggish, we'll call it, start that Jalen Brunson had in games 1 and 2 years ago when these teams met in the postseason. That is not the case here in 2026. He has done the yeoman's job of leading the way for these Knicks, and he's done it efficiently. 10 of 14 from the field so far tonight. The Sixers do not have an answer for Jalen Brunson.
Similar vibe to what we saw in game one against Atlanta. 19-point first quarter for Jalen Brunson in that one, and a 27-point first half here in game one of round 2.
Now time for Ingredients to Victory, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. It is, in fact, 3-point shooting by your New York Knicks, who are 7 of 12 from the field, good for 58% from the three-point line. They also have a notable advantage in paint scoring, just because we want balance when it comes to this sweet treat. 32-16 in favor of the Knicks compared to the Philadelphia 76ers. Those were your Ingredients to Victory, brought to you by Calandra's Bakery. Calandra's Bakery, just 4 simple ingredients and still made by hand since 1962. Available fresh daily at your local supermarket.
All right, stay tuned for the Knicks halftime report, powered by ZipRecruiter. The Knicks have a 74-51 lead on the Philadelphia 76ers, but they've been the comeback story of this postseason so far. You can't count out Philly. We'll see what Pat O'Keefe has to say on our halftime report when we come back. Knicks by 23 at the break. New York Knicks basketball on ESPN New York and the MSG Radio Network continues after this timeout.
Just having his way, and then give Chris Finch's team credit. I mean, they made a heck of a comeback, and Anthony Edwards put on quite a show. 26 in the fourth quarter, 39 in the second half, en route to a career high.
Stood out to you about that night when you think back on it? I just think the intensity, the energy, and the focus from the jump. I thought it was really 48 minutes of very inspired basketball. Obviously, everybody stepping up. TJ had a great night. Julius Randle doing a lot of dirty work for us, and then you can't talk about the night without talking about Jaden McDaniels, and it was his signature moment among many in that series.
He and Rudy really set the tone defensively with their matchups against Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic. How were they so effective in that series when they had not had those type of efforts and effectiveness in the regular season against those guys?
Well, some of it is just familiarity and being able to take it to the next level, locking in on a game plan, having the right supporting cast around him all the time, helping him in all the right ways. Sometimes in the regular season, you might have different lineups in there doing different things. Lots of different reasons, I think. But getting Murray under control was the key to the series. We knew that coming in, that we had to get him under control. He had been having big nights against us all through the regular season, so we really locked in on him.
San Antonio, I think, has more weapons offensively. They're deeper, but does it still start with Jaden and Rudy's matchup against Wemby and De'Aaron Fox?
Well, of course, those are our two best defenders. If you remember back to the beginning of the season when we weren't guarding very well, we challenged those two guys to be better. And, from that moment, our defense really started to take off. And while we didn't finish, where we rightfully should have, that was mostly, I think, due to a lot of fouling.
When it comes to Wemby, what is the biggest key in your eyes to slowing him down in this series?
Well, it's like anybody else. You got to make him take tough shots. The single biggest thing that he's done to improve himself is just kind of clean up the shot selection, but you got to kind of bother him as best you can. There's certain tricks to the trade that you learn along the way. It's important. You can't give him angles with that much size and length, and a little angle he exploits and it becomes a layup or a dunk.
Do you feel like you have a number of different options to throw at him? Because teams have used smaller guards on him or smaller people to guard him and kind of work him down low.
That's been the book on these high-centered, fives. I remember when we had Anthony Davis, that's how people would guard him a lot, is with smaller guys. I'm not sure there's that, one scheme, one prototype to guard him. And I do feel like, you really obviously got to try a lot of different things and go wherever your personnel strengths take you. But the reality is, his impact is as great as it is offensively, it's even bigger defensively. So dealing with him at the other end is probably more important.
Chris Finch along with you. We get set for game one, Wolves and Spurs. Anthony Edwards, he continues to amaze. 9 days is all he needed after a really scary fall to make his return tonight.
Yeah, excited. Inspired by his return. He's put the work in. Really no idea what he's going to look like. But
that was going to be my next question. What can you expect after he's worked so hard to get back, but you don't quite know what you're going to get?
Yeah, we don't, but we know it'll be Ant. So, he's always got something up his sleeve in that regard. But we're really proud of him. It was a nasty fall. We dodged a bullet in the initial. He's always been a quick healer. He puts the work in. He'll be ready to go.
So Ant's back. We'll get you back to Frost Bank Center for starters, anthem, and tip-off here on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Hey, this is Daniels. Timberwolves basketball starts now.
Jade looking to attack, pulls up 17-footer and sticks it! A 30-piece.
I appreciate y'all. Almost game time, hanging out with me Monday night, West Side. Hey, I want to say something real quick. Before we get started, based on what they was just talking about, how are they going to defend Wemby? Let me make sure y'all do know something. Just keep this in the back of your sports
Playoff basketball is brought to you by
knowledge, whatever.
The official bank of the Minnesota
Wemby
Equal housing
and Gobert has only played roughly 6 to 8 games. I think it's 8. Most of them were his rookie year. He's only played one time in 2024 and one time in 2025, I think. I'm not looking at it, but I looked at it earlier today. Why am I bringing this up? Wemby's a lot different player than he was his rookie year, first of all. Second of all, Gobert does not like to come out of the paint unless he is maybe setting a screen. He might have to come outside the paint, because one thing we haven't seen in the playoff run for the San Antonio Spurs is the three-point threat from Wembanyama. Y'all know he can shoot threes too. There's been a few games in this season that he shot 10+ threes in a ball game. That might be the X factor that coach and that announcer didn't talk about. We'll see. Wouldn't surprise me if he shoots more than 7 three-pointers tonight, as long as he's not in foul trouble. Potoi, shut up. About to get to the ball game. Just wanted you to keep that in mind. Wemby and the three-point shot. He hadn't shot many so far in the first round of the playoffs. That might change tonight. Gobert, he got a handful. 2 times over.
To be like nervous or whatever about, it's a great opportunity to go out here and play the game we love and on the highest level and prepare for the moment. So it ain't really nothing to be, worried about, high stakes or anything like that.
So loose and relaxed for Julius Randle as Minnesota tries to make it 5 wins in their last 6 games here in the postseason. Naz Reid on his excitement level for this second-round matchup.
I think it's over 10 for sure. Like I said, especially in an away arena, you definitely got to kind of try to bring your own energy. I mean, obviously we'll have some fans here, but just trying to bring our own energy. Keeping each other alive, keeping each other going, and so forth and so on.
So the Wolves will try to keep that energy here and try to do something they didn't do in the first round against Denver. That's win game 1. But that won't be easy against the number 2 seeded Spurs in this year's playoffs.
That's not going to be easy.
They dispatched Portland
not
in
tonight.
5 games, and they have now won
game
34 of their last 39 games going back to mid-January. Spurs come in with the 3rd best offense, the 3rd best defense in the regular season, but the Wolves did take 2 of the 3 meetings during the regular season. Anthony Edwards, he'll make his return tonight against Victor Wembanyama. Great matchup here in mid-January when Ant put in a career-high 55 against Wemby's 39 points in that one. So we haven't seen the Spurs in quite some time. It'll be quite the matchup. We got the starting lineups, the keys to the game, the injury report, and the opening tip, plus the thoughts of analyst Jim Peterson here from the Frost Bank Center in San Antonio.
Performed by El Charro de Oro, Sebastian de la Cruz.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Game 1 in this best-of-7 series, Western Conference semifinals. The 6th-seeded Timberwolves on the road against the number 2-seeded San Antonio Spurs. This is the third ever playoff meeting between these two franchises. Back in 1999, the Spurs were the 1 seed. They beat the 8th-seeded Timberwolves 3-1. 2 years later, in 2001, San Antonio again won 3-1, and again it was a 1 seed versus an 8 seed. Now it's a 6 versus a 2 in a second round meeting. Our starting lineups here tonight are brought to you by Wings Credit Union. Put Wings Credit Union in your starting lineup to help meet your financial goals.
Hey, this is head coach Chris Finch, and here's our starting lineup for tonight. At guard,
Mike Conley, Ohio State.
Out to Mike, right side 3 ball. Oh, yeah! Minnesota Mike!
At guard,
Terrence Shannon Jr., University of Illinois.
Here's TJ on the move down the lane. Impacts it with the left hand. A thunderous, ferocious slam. TJ Shannon.
at forward,
Jay McDaniels, University of Washington.
Jaden with it, left side of the lane, runs up the shot. Oh, he got it. He got a foul on Cam Johnson.
at forward,
Julius Randle, Kentucky.
Got it right elbow, threw it away right to Bones Highland. Highland up ahead, Julius Randle, breakaway, slam. Julius Randle.
at center,
Rudy Gobert, Saint-Quentin, France.
Pump fakes the 3. Rudy fell for it. Jokic inside. Rudy recovers, blocks the shot. What a play by the 4-time Defensive Player of the Year.
So the Timberwolves will go with the same starting lineup that they used in Game 6 to defeat the Denver Nuggets and close out that series in a 4-2 series win. So Anthony Edwards, Jim Peterson will make his return, but he's going to come off the bench. I think Chris Finch would not say whether there's a minutes restriction, but there's a minutes restriction involved with Ant, and he wants to maximize those minutes.
It's just amazing that Ant is playing in this game, because all of us that saw that injury thought that he was going to be out for a while, but there was, a width of opportunity because we've seen players come back in a week from that bone bruise, and we've seen them take a couple months to come back. With Anthony Edwards, he wants to play, and his timetable is always going to be on the shorter end of that scale.
Our injury report tonight is brought to you by Mayo Clinic, your source for medical answers. So while Anthony Edwards returns, Ayo Dosunmu remains in street clothes tonight. He missed Game 6 with a calf injury. He'll miss Game 1 also with that calf injury. Has now been lingering for him for over a month. He missed a host of games down to the end of the regular season.
Calf injuries are very serious, and so they're also a precursor to Achilles injuries. So you have to be really careful with those. And Ayo is in a situation where he does not want to get hurt long term. And, hey, this medical staff knows what they're doing. If they're keeping him out, they're keeping him out for a reason.
Dante DiVincenzo, of course, out for the season and most of next season with a torn right Achilles. So DiVincenzo and Ayo Dosunmu, the only 2 Wolves players on the injury report here tonight. For the Spurs, they do not have Carter Bryant available. A right foot sprain will keep him out, but he has not generally
He's
been
a good player, though.
a part of the rotation as they've gone about 9 deep during the postseason.
Yeah.
Starting lineup for Mitch Johnson and the Spurs. They've got De'Aaron Fox and Stephon Castle in the backcourt together. Devin Vassell, Julian Champagnie, and Victor Wembanyama. Averaged 25 points during the regular season. 4th in the league with 12 rebounds. And number 1 in the league, 3.1 block shots per game. The Defensive Player of the Year. I get the feeling, Jim Peterson, that's not going to be the first time we say that about Victor Wembanyama. The first of many Defensive Player of the Years to come.
He's going to be competing with Rudy Gobert, or Rudy's competing with Wemby at this juncture. Rudy was definitely qualified to be the Defensive Player of the Year, even though he came in 4th. I don't know what these voters are looking at when they evaluate.
Rudy Gobert is not close to being the Defensive Player of the Year. I'm sorry, guys. Sorry about that.
Greg Popovich. He
Ball
talked
game.
about facing this Timberwolves team here in the second round of the playoffs.
They play how they play. They play aggressive. They drive the ball. They look to attack the paint off the bounce. A lot of guys with an aggressive mindset. And then defensively, they're going to guard and test you individually and try to make you uncomfortable. And then obviously Rudy does a great job of protecting the rim for him and playing in the back end of their defense. And Ant is the biggest puzzle piece of what they have. So you throw that in the mix, and that influences a lot. But in terms of their style of play and their disposition and brand, I don't think changes too much.
Yeah, so Mitch Johnson knows what to expect from this Timberwolves team. What are you expecting from this series, Jim Peterson?
I'm expecting a lot of excitement. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk for these San Antonio Spurs. I think Minnesota is going to play well against them. They're a much different team than the Denver Nuggets. Minnesota has the ability to play different styles. And they also have Rudy Gobert, who knows Victor Wembanyama in his game pretty well. They also have Julius Randle, and they don't really have a matchup for Julius Randle. It's going to be very interesting to see how they match up with Julius. They don't play two bigs. They certainly don't play Cornet with Wembanyama very much.
No.
They've done it a little bit this year, but not for a while. And you're not going to see it probably in this series either. So can Minnesota defend them? That's going to be the big question.
The opening tip for Game 1 of this best-of-7 series is won by the Timberwolves, and the streak continues. That makes 7 straight games to begin the postseason, winning the opening tip. Wolves bring it up left to right there in the association whites. Mike Conley attacks along the baseline all the way through to the right wing. Up top, TJ Shannon, a little shake and bake drive. Got bumped from behind. No call, and Wemby blocks the shot and controls it. So San Antonio has their first possession from right to left across your radio. Champagny up top on Rudy Gobert, drives down the lane. That shot blocked by Rudy. He kept it in bounds, tapping it to TJ. On a run to the rim, Shannon gets his shot erased again. 2 possessions, 2 shots by Shannon, 2 blocks for Wemby.
That's crazy.
Left side 3, Devin Vassell, no. Rudy gobbles up the rebound. No score, just underway.
That's crazy that Wemby was able to get TJ at the rim right there.
2 blocks in under a minute. Mike Conley toes the three-point line. Right side, that rims off. Wembanyama with the rebound. Here's Fox on the move. Drops it back for Victor up top. Rumbles into the paint on Rudy. Spin move. Fall away. Off rim. No, missed it. He was hunting for a foul. He didn't get it. Here's McDaniels on the right side. Still no score in game 1. Jaden drifts to the left side of the floor. Gets it back out to Randle. 14 on the shot clock. Randle starts to move. Got bumped by Devin Vassell, and a foul is called. It'll go against San Antonio. Vassell picks it up.
So much versatility with their guards as well. Devin Vassell is pretty big. I mean, 6'7". Steph Castle is really solid as a point guard. He's a big physical player.
And then they bring Dylan Harper and Keldon Johnson off the bench, 2 similar-sized guys. Here's Jaden at the elbow. His jumper comes up short. Timberwolves have started the game 0 for 3 shooting. Spurs are 0 for 4. Actually, I got that wrong. 0 for 4 for the Wolves, 0 for 3 for San Antonio. Wemby down the lane, runs it up over Rudy and got the bucket. First 2 points of the game for Victor Wembanyama. 7'4", 240 pounds, 3rd year out of Le Chesnay, en français. Off the Randall screen, Conley on the attack into the paint, off to Rudy in the dunker spot. Good hesitation move, got the reverse layup, and he drew a foul on Wemby. Nicely set up by who else? Mike Conley. He and Rudy Gobert hooking up for about the, 7,422nd time, I think, in their careers, both here in Utah.
I got to tell you, the dexterity of Rudy Gobert and his ability to make adjustments now and finish around the rim. How many different times have we seen him contort his body and make shots? Now, the free throwing has a little to be desired still as he shoots an air ball right there. But still, the finish that he had against Wembanyama going in reverse with his left hand was amazing.
8 of 18 at the free throw line in the postseason this year for Rudy, down to 46%. Spurs bring it up, Stephon Castle. Now to Wemby, looking left side. Here's Vassell curling off a screen, and an offensive foul is called. They're going to get Champagny, I believe, for an illegal screen right in front of the Wolves bench.
They run those high-angle screens with Wembanyama coming off. They pitch it to him at the top of the circle, and then he runs dribble handoff off a pin down. Champagny setting the pin down for Vassell, and it was a little bit too aggressive. He offensive fouls TJ Shannon in the process. Minnesota's possession.
So the last thing Chris Finch said to his squad today at shoot-around, wrapping things up, he said this is a huge KYP series. Know your personnel. Know what the opponents are going to do. I feel like the Wolves knew that was coming. TJ was able to create that foul by trailing Vassell like that.
You want to send them up the floor. You do not want to let them back cut you to the basket. So Minnesota is not a top-lock team. They chase you out. You're being physical. He's trying to squeeze through, and TJ did a great job of defending Devin Vassell out of that left corner.
They had a stoppage of play there because they had to exchange the basketball. They had to go to the scorer's table. There was some liquid or something spilled onto the ball. And then when they got the new ball, everybody kind of wanted to touch on it. 3 or 4 guys were able to touch it, get a feel for it. Basketball players extremely superstitious. They always love a touch before the opening tip. Rudy steps through and got his shot blocked by Wemby. His 3rd block of the game. Wemby hit ahead to the corner. Gets it back now at the angle. Top of the key out to Champagnie. Locks and loads. 3 balls online and on target.
He's an excellent three-point shooter. He took over for Harrison Barnes in the starting lineup. What a cut.
And Jaden able to get the finish inside. How about that? Through the lane. 5-4. San Antonio leads it by 1. Castle in his 2nd year, 21 years of age, feeds Wemby left side. He'll fire away on a 3. That's offline. And Mike Conley's got the rebound. Timberwolves in the association whites. Good fake by McDaniels to the free throw line. Pull-up jumper is good. 4 straight points for Jaden McDaniels.
That mid-range jump shot is going to come in real handy against Wembanyama for sure.
6-5. Wolves lead it by 1. Up top, it's Castle. Spins on Conley. Got the elbow up in the face of Mike. He goes down. So does Castle.
Wow.
And the foul is charged to Mike Conley, a blocking foul.
I'm wondering if Chris Finch may review this because Steph Castle did get his elbow up around the chin area of Mike Conley.
Kevin Scott made the call, the 15th year referee. Wolves will not challenge here. Castle at the free throw line. 73% on 6 attempts a game in the postseason. We're tied at 6. Just 3.5 minutes into game number 1. Spurs finished the regular season 30-4, best record in the NBA since mid-January. Still finished 2 games shy of Oklahoma City in the Western Conference standings. So if you include their 4-1 series win over Portland, they have won 34 of their last 39 games. 1 out of 2 for Castle at the line. It's still tied at 6. Jaden trying to change that around the Gobert screen. Pops on a left angle 3, missed it long. Castle's got the rebound. He races up the center of the floor, switching from the right hand to the left. Met by Shannon at the free throw line. Kick out right wing. Here's Vassell, steps through and got the layup right past Jaden McDaniels. Spurs go up 8-6.
Rudy left too early that time. He was standing between the basket and Devin Vassell. He went out to chase out Wembanyama. He's got to stay there. Let Jaden run out there.
TJ Shannon to Randall up top. Julius holds with Stephon Castle guarding him. Here comes Rudy to set the high screen with 8. Julius dances back to his right, fires on the 3. It's online but short. And the rebound to Champagnie. Now the Spurs leading by 2. Fox on the move into the paint on McDaniels. Kick out Castle, left wing 3, hits it. Second made 3 of the game for the Spurs. The Wolves 0 for 3 from distance. 5-point San Antonio lead. Conley along the baseline, all the way through to the right wing on a handoff to Randall. Julius double, back up top. Conley, he'll fire on the 3, offline to the right. Rudy offensive rebound and slams home the putback. Rudy averaged 3.7 offensive rebounds per game in that opening 6-game series with Denver. And he's got to be just as active on the offensive glass in this series. Open corner 3, no good for Devin Vassell. Hit corner 3s at a 41% clip in the regular season. Extremely good. McDaniels bottled up in the lane. Now to Randall, to TJ in the corner. Catch and shoot 3 is short. A whistle stops play here as McDaniels and Castle got tangled. Went down, and the crowd doesn't like it, but Vassell just picked up his 2nd personal foul. Timeout on the floor because we've reached the under 7-minute break in the action. I wonder if the Spurs might try to challenge this. Doesn't seem like there's any indication yet.
Jaden just got caught up and he gets pulled down by Steph Castle. That was Steph Castle that went down, and he pulls down Jaden McDaniels. There's no way San Antonio challenges this.
6:53 left to go in the opening quarter. Timeout on the floor. Wolves trail the Spurs by 3. It's 11-8 on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
By the way, if you're only listening and you're not looking at the screen in some form or fashion, the Knicks, 93. 76ers, 65. I said that. 93, 65. Middle of the third. Uh-oh. They probably tired, huh? Or is this a precursor to what's about to take place in that in that series?
Therefore, this is a directly judged foul. This is an unsuccessful challenge. San Antonio will be charged a timeout, and they have no additional challenge.
Mark Davis, the crew chief. I think Jim Peterson, he said exactly what you did in describing how McDaniels, and it wasn't Devin Vassell, it was Stephon Castle, went down in the lane.
Yeah, Jaden was trying to basket cut, and Castle was right in front of him and grabs him by the shoulders, and Jaden didn't extend his arms, and Castle just pulled him to the ground and made it look like it was Jaden that initiated the contact. And that's why I thought, challenge. What are you going to get when you challenge it? The possession, maybe.
Guess who's back?
I mean,
Anthony Edwards has come off the bench.
Here we go.
And he will come in for Mike Conley here with 6:53 left to go in the opening quarter. Timberwolves trail the Spurs 11-8 early. So Ant only misses 2.5 games.
It's
Got
just
hurt
incredible.
Midway in the second quarter of Game 4. Missed games 5 and 6, just 9 days. He's got the ball up top here. Working against Castle, off a Gobert screen. Swings it back to Rudy, top of the key. Looking back door, nothing there. Now Rudy needs someone to come to it. It's TJ, doesn't get it off in time. That shot clock was an abbreviated one because it was only recycled to 14, not 24. That seemed to catch the Wolves a little off guard.
Well, you got to credit the Spurs defense, too. They took away any kind of handoff action that Rudy was looking for.
Castle brings it up. He's hounded by McDaniels. He flails himself to the floor, and he draws the whistle. It'll be the first foul on Jaden McDaniels. Just the second foul on the Wolves here in the quarter.
Keldon Johnson onto the floor for San Antonio. He's been a Timberwolves killer over the years. And the Wolves do have somebody that can match up with him. Julius Randle is going to guard him. He's got to do a good job on Keldon Johnson. Really important player.
Jaden almost fouled Castle again off the inbound. Now Wemby got it knocked away by Rudy Gobert, and he collects it off the Julius Randle. Here come the Wolves, trailing by 3. Wolves just 4 of 12 shooting here in the opening quarter. TJ got it knocked away. It goes into the backcourt.
It got deflected. Mark Davis has to overrule this. The ball got deflected off of TJ's knee, but it was hit out of his hands. They do not see it that way. They're giving the ball to the Spurs.
At midcourt, up by 3, 6:10 left to go, opening quarter. Spurs have hit 4 of 9 shots, 2 of 5 from distance. Keldon Johnson almost had the same thing happen to him. Bounced out to midcourt. He was able to get it before it went into the backcourt. Keldon Johnson up top. Here's Stephon Castle. Read perfectly by McDaniels. Now in the paint, fade. Shot blocked! Jaden got up to reject it. What a play. Timberwolves scoop up the loose ball. Here comes Randle, wing left. Bangs away with Johnson. Powers into the paint. Rises up. His shot comes up short. Julius 0 for 2 shooting. On the attack, right side, driving, and a whistle and a foul on Edwards.
2 hands on Dylan Harper's waist area that time as Dylan Harper changed speeds on Ant. Caught the ball on that right wing, was going slow, then put the jets on. Ant extended those 2 hands on his hip, and that's all it took.
Boy, Jaden's block just tremendous. I thought he
So
read.
good. He almost got a foul right before that block, though. He was trying to stop him on his dribble drive. Got into good guarding position, though, as you mentioned.
Here's Harper to Vassell. Free throw line jumper short. Rebound. Vassell attacks the glass, gets his own miss. Spurs with it. Harper, the lefty, fires on an angle 3 and hits it.
He's become such a good three-point shooter. He struggled at the beginning of the season. He's much better now. Very efficient player. Big-time rim attacker. Knocks down that 3.
Spurs on a 9-2 run. And on the move into the paint. Pressured from behind, feeds it to Rudy inside, who scores it for 2. Another great finish by Rudy Gobert as he makes the catch on the feed from Anthony Edwards.
In traffic.
Castle on the move into the paint, bullies his way to the rim, now drops it back. Cornette didn't know what to do with it. He finally kicks out to Vassell. Now Now right side, it's Harper on the attack across the lane. Out to Kessel in the corner. 3-ball good. So the Spurs, 4 of 7 shooting early from distance. That's given them a 7-point lead. 17-10, Naz Reid on the floor. TJ Shannon up top. Lost his dribble off to Rudy, gets it right back. 10 to shoot as TJ works off the Rudy screen. Drives in and scores it. Nifty reverse over Luke Cornett. And the Timberwolves are within 5. TJ Shannon, his first 2 points of the game. Wolves just 40% shooting. Vassell caught in the block against Shannon. Goes cross court. Here's Keldon Johnson on the attack against Naz Reid. Got bumped, lost it, got it back. Gets around Reid, runs into Rudy, floats up a difficult shot. No. Cornett tip follow. That wouldn't drop. Rebound loose, and Naz Reid's got it, and he got hit up around the head by Keldon Johnson. And the foul will be called.
Gobert and Naz Reid just battling in there with Cornett and Johnson that time. Naz finally gets the basketball and gets clotheslined by Keldon Johnson.
Got a tricep right to the face. Naz shakes it off. Naz joined us on the tip-off show tonight. As I was doing that interview with him, he was just rubbing his right shoulder. It's still causing problems for him, but he's battled through it. Here's Jaden, little mid-post hezzy, and then a hit. Jaden's got 6. 17-14, Wolves climb to within 3. Harper guarded by Shannon. It's a big...
I was waiting for it to come back. Here, let's try to do this real quick. Not quite sure what happened.
And then he's tripped up by Jaden McDaniels.
Jaden trips up Castle coming up the floor.
Not quite sure why that happened.
Second on McDaniels. He's going to have to sit here with 3:16 to go in the quarter.
We're going to see Jalen Clark here, who's an A defender for Minnesota. He's going to be tasked with the duty, I assume, with De'Aaron Fox coming back into the game of guarding him. That's a good matchup.
Jalen has played sparingly in that Denver series, was called upon in game 6 to play 12 minutes. Was a plus 10 in his 24 minutes over 2 games in the series. There's Fox taking Clark off a dribble, shoves off, now puts up the shot, got it knocked away. Rudy Gobert comes away with it. Here's Reid on the run, dropping it back out. Edwards. Ants let the game come to him early. One dribble. Bump fakes a 3 on Harper. Off to Naz Reid. Naz turns the corner on Fox. Got stripped to the lane. Ball's loose. Scooped up. Champagny with it. Now Keldon Johnson on the move. Cross-court Fox. Spot up for a white ring 3. No, missed it long. And Naz Reid secures the rebound. Timeout. Chris Finch. 2:43 left to go in the opening quarter. It's a one-possession game. 17-14 Spurs lead it here in game 1 on the Minnesota Timberwolves Radio Network.
Deep in the South, kicking up top game. 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 Deep in the South,
Yeah, 27 in that opening half. The second most scored in any playoff half by a Knick in the play-by-play era. The most, that belongs to Jalen Brunson as well. He had 28 2 seasons ago in the Eastern Conference semis against the Pacers. It's now in the third quarter. Knicks up comfortably, a 28-point cushion. Let's get you back to San Antonio and Alan Horton and Jim Peterson.
17-14, Spurs lead the Timberwolves by 3, 2:43 to go in the opening.
Actually, it's a 25-point cushion. The lead is shrinking, 96-71. 2 minutes, 45 seconds left in the third quarter. See what these 76ers can do. Hey, you never know. The Knicks could decide to take a break, and it could backfire on them. We'll see what happens. Back to our game. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Here we go.
Bank Center here in San Antonio, Texas for Game 1 of this best-of-7 second-round series. Our engineer, Ben Haupt, our statistician, Chase Brown, our studio coordinators, Alex Leibold and Ben Haney. Glad you're along with us on our flagship, 100.3 FM, KFXN, Minneapolis, St. Paul, iHeartRadio app, Timberwolves mobile app, SiriusXM satellite radio, and all across the Timberwolves radio network. Out of the timeout, a Nas step back left side three, and he hits. Nas shot just 32% on his threes against Denver in the first round. First three of the night for Minnesota. Wolves are on a 7-0 run. San Antonio's missed 5 straight shots. Keldon Johnson takes a run on Naz Reid. Down low to the block, pivots. Ooh, got the elbow around Naz's back, but finally made the pass to Harper, who gets to the other side of the rim and scores it over Anthony Edwards.
He quick shot at that time, man. He was pivoting himself. Got it up on the glass quickly in reverse style.
He thought he got fouled, too. Bones Heideland has the ball up top. High post. Here is Anthony Edwards to the baseline. Has not taken a shot so far. Used up the dribble. Pivots. Now a tough ball away. Oh, he swishes it. How about that? Anthony Edwards, welcome back. 9 days to recover from a hyperextension of your left knee and
what a block
bone
by
bruise. Naz Reid able to swipe it away.
Oh, man.
Timberwolves get another block. Here's Ant on the move. Stop and pop. Right angle three on the way. Oh, drops it in again. 5 straight for Ant. He's barking at Keldon Johnson. He's looking toward the Spurs bench.
He looks better now than he did at the start of the Denver series. He's not limping at all.
Here's Wemby back on the floor. He's a +3 when he's been on the floor so far in the opening quarter. Inside Harper. Pump fakes a couple of times. The Wolves forced the miss, but a late whistle. And Rudy will pick up the foul.
Out on top of the floor, too. Kevin Scott was right there in front of the play on the baseline. He didn't make the call.
It's number 1 on Rudy Gobert. McDaniel's already on the bench with the 2 fouls. Jaden had 14 fouls his last 3 games. Now his defense overall was sensational, but he did get himself into some foul difficulty.
I was going to say, our engineer, Ben Haupt, his dad, Al Haupt, was my engineer 28 years ago when I first started broadcasting with the San Antonio Spurs down here back in the day. Lou Haupt, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I don't know why I said that. But the great Lou Haupt, man, he was hilarious. Chad Hartman and I used to just love Lou, man. He's just the greatest. Ben's pretty good too, from what I understand. I haven't worked. This is my first time working with him.
Really?
In San Antonio.
I guess that's true.
When have I ever done radio in San Antonio?
You've never been up here in the high corner of this arena.
I have not been here before. This is an adventure.
Every different section of the crowd has a different color shirt on, whether it's blue or pink or yellow, to match this City Edition court and the City Edition uniforms for the Spurs. San Antonio's got it here. They trail by 1. Harper inside, double clutches and throws it down. He brought it down, escaped TJ Shannon's block, and was able to stuff it. Nas was there as well. Left side 3, Bones, that's offline. Long rebound comes out to Harper. Looking for the trail, it's Wemby. Pops on a 3 straight away, no. Soaring in for the rebound, it's Julius Randle. Here's TJ up on the right side. Quick crossover drive. Got bumped. Puts up the shot off glass.
Where is the Shai Gilgeous-Alexander call on that play? That was a lot of contact for TJ.
The problem is it doesn't say Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the back of his jersey.
Well, that's the one that Jamal Murray gets all the time, too.
Fox into the paint. Got a shot blocked from behind. I think Bones will get credit for that block. Here's Randall on the run, bullies his way to the rim and stuffs it through before Wemby could come back and block the shot.
Take that,
There's
Wemby.
a foul as well. And it'll be a three-point opportunity for Julius Randle when we come back. How about that finish in transition?
Wow.
I think if that's on Wemby, it'll be his second. Did they get a foul at all? I thought I saw the official signal for a foul.
I think they're looking to see if it's good or not because it was right at the end of the clock. So I don't think there's a foul call. They're just looking to see if the basket was in time.
24-23 for now. They're on the headset. Mark Davis will give us a brief explanation here.
Replay confirms the on-floor decision, successful two-point field goal prior to the expiration of the period.
So no foul. They were signaling the basket's good, and it turns out to be good. Wolves up by one after one here in game one against the Spurs. 24-23 on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
listening to the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Timberwolves up on the Spurs here in game one, 24-23. The return of Anthony Edwards after he missed 2.5 games, 9 days in total with that bone bruise on the left knee, also the hyperextension. I asked Chris Finch about getting Ant back on the tip-off show tonight.
Yeah, excited. Inspired by his return. He's put the work in. Really no idea what he's going to look like. But we know it'll be Ant, so he's always got something up his sleeve in that regard. But we're really proud of him. It was a nasty fall. We dodged the bullet in the initial. He's always been a quick healer. He puts the work in. He'll be ready to go.
He played 5 minutes and 46 seconds in that opening quarter. He'll also be on the floor to start the second. 2 for 2 shooting, 5 points, a rebound, and an assist. A +4. I thought he looked really good.
How giddy is Chris Finch? Does he sound that soundbite? He was so happy.
I think anybody in that position would be, as Randall jumps a pass intended for Wembanyama, and he's called for a foul.
That's a little ticky-tack right there. Julius was three-quarter fronting Wembanyama, not allowing the direct pass into the paint. And he might have wrapped a little bit, but pretty tough call. Julius got a deflection, almost got a steal. They called a foul instead.
You mentioned on the tip-off show about Randall being kind of that perfect size to guard Wembanyama.
Yeah.
He's not the Rudy height, but he's not a smaller guard. As Fox fires a three, missed it. Naz Reid with a rebound.
He's going to be super physical as he bend on this first possession with him, just bodying him the entire time.
The Spurs are now 4 for their last 15 shooting. Here's Ant baseline on the drive, steps through, reverse layup. His night stays perfect. Anthony Edwards 3 for 3 shooting. He's got 7 points. 26-23.
Minnesota playing zone here. Jaden in the middle of that zone.
Wolves did not play a ton of zone in the regular season. They did use a hefty amount of it against the Spurs in the third and final meeting. Here's Harper on a three. It's no good. Wemby got a hand to the rebound but couldn't squeeze it. Anthony Edwards tracks it down. He's on the move, on the attack. Into the paint, stops. Now still working with the dribble against Harrison Barnes. Sets up Randall in the corner. Three ball in the way is good. Splashdown from the corner for Julius Randall. Give Ant another dime. 29-23. The Wolves are up by 6. It's their largest lead of the game. Another 7-0 Timberwolves run. Here's Fox with it off the Wembanyama screen. Comes up top. He's got Edwards on him. 8 to shoot. Fox across the top of the paint. Now off to Harper. Back out. Here's Wembanyama. 2 to shoot. Now with 1. He doesn't recognize it. And doesn't get the shot off. Turnover on San Antonio. Wolves defense is firing on all cylinders here over the last 5-6 minutes now.
Jaden McDaniels was guarding Wembanyama through the majority of that possession, and a switch, Julius picked him up late and got a great contest on. You're right, he had no idea that shot clock was winding down. Stephon Castle back onto the floor, 2.
Wolves have Bones and Ant in the backcourt with Jaden, Julius, and Nas up front. Harper, Castle, Barnes, Champagny, and Wembanyama on the floor for San Antonio in black. 10 to shoot. Julius Randle with it up top. Right-handed dribble to the nail. Starts to bump back. Pump fakes twice. Now rises for the jumper. It's offline, and Wembanyama's got the rebound. 2 gone, 10 left to play second quarter. Still a 6-point Wolves lead. Wembanyama hounded by Randall. Bones comes in the double. Wembanyama gets away from that. Swings it up top. Castle down the lane. Nobody home protecting the rim. And Castle flushes it with 2 hands. 4-point Timberwolves lead. Stephon Castle now up to 9 points. He and Dylan Harper pacing the way for the Spurs. Bones bounce pass in the high post to Naz Reid. Goes to work inside. Spins to the middle. Comes back. Baseline. Shot rejected again by Wembanyama. He's got another block. And on the attack, they set up Champagny, right wing 3, and he buries it. Julian Champagny, 38% from beyond the arc in the regular season, but red hot in that Portland series, hitting 62% of his threes. A pretty good volume, too. 13 of 21. Here's Bones. He's got a lane. Pass to the corner, right through the hands of Randall, out of bounds. Turnover number 3 on Minnesota. (29-28). The Wolves lead by 1. Wembanyama's got 4 blocks in 12 minutes of play. The average 3.1 per game in the regular season. Champagny pump fakes, now moves to his right, firing on an angle 3, finally missed one. 2 of 3 from long range. Wolves have possession and a 1-point lead. Here's Edwards up into the front court off the staggered screen, and it's offensive. Naz Reid wasn't set. Mark Davis called him for the offensive foul. That'll go down as the 4th turnover on the Timberwolves.
Anytime you get in those screen and rescreen actions, you get into trouble a little bit. Nas thought he got his arm hooked that time by the defensive player.
San Antonio will bring it up here from right to left. Spurs now shooting 36%. They've cooled off from deep. On the attack, Castle got a lane right inside. He hesitated nicely. He drew the foul on Jaden McDaniels, who's done for the half. That is his 3rd personal foul.
Wolves have not been able to contain perimeter drives. San Antonio has been attacking the closeouts. Naz Reid took a bad angle on Stephon Castle a couple possessions ago. Jaden McDaniels just undisciplined that time with his swipe down.
Castle misses the first free throw. He's got one more coming. Timberwolves basketball tonight brought to you in part by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank is proud to be the official bank of the Timberwolves. And by Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Book your stay now, TICasino.com. Visit the island. Treasure Island Resort and Casino. Castle with a second free throw coming up. Trying to tie the game. He does. So a 6-0 San Antonio run after the Wolves went 7-0 to take a 6-point lead. Randall brings the ball up the floor, guarded by Castle. TJ Shannon back out there. He has it right angle. Wembanyama's on him. They get it to Ant on the lob. He catches in the low block. He's got 2 defenders on him. Tries to split them, puts up the shot. It's short. Rebound tapped out. Edwards is able to control the 3-point line. He'll bounce it to Randall. 10 to shoot. Julius crosses over on Castle. Gets into the paint. Bullies it up with the right hand. Shot no. Rebound loose. Randall's got it. Pump fake. He'll rise back up. Shot blocked by Wembanyama. His 5th of the game. Randall gets it back and
3 seconds.
A 3-second call against Randall.
I'm not sure what Julius is doing. He's trying to take advantage of Steph Castle, who is pretty much just as strong as he is. He's got great size. Naz Reid is wide open in the corner, has the ability to attack the closeout of Wembanyama. You got to move the ball.
Vassell buries a wide open wing 3. Naz was late in closing. 32-29. The run continues for San Antonio. It's 9-0. Bones off the screen by Naz. Off to Randall in the corner. Back to Highland against Devin Vassell. Now back to Randall. Fill up fake on Wembanyama. Moves baseline. Shoves him out of the way. Kicks out to Highland. 1 to shoot. He's got a hoist. It's blocked by Vassell. Vassell takes it out of the air. He's on the run. Top of the key. Lobs it left side. Here's Champagny. Cross court. Harrison Barnes. The numbers aren't there defensively for the Wolves. Wide open corner 3. And Castle missed it. The rebound comes out to the perimeter. Naz Reid dives for it. And now a whistle. Mark Davis says an inadvertent whistle.
He's going to give the ball to San Antonio.
Yeah.
He thought that Naz Reid had possession. Chris Finch was trying to call a timeout, but Naz didn't have possession. It ended up in a Spurs hand when Mark Davis blew the whistle, so they're going to give it to San Antonio. They just have to get the clock right at this juncture. They're saying 13. Rudy's getting set to come back in for Minnesota.
7:09 left to go in the first half. It's 32-29. It is a 9-0 Spurs run. The Olay chants from a boisterous Frost Bank Center crowd. They got their little cheering section spurred on by Victor Wembanyama. Here's Castle against Highland. Takes him deep into the paint. Back out. Victor will try a 3. In and out, no. Edwards has the rebound. Trapped along the baseline. Bounces it off to Randall. Hit ahead to Highland. Up the center of the floor on the attack. Right to the rim. Had to go high off the glass. Wemby pulls down the rebound. And Randall just body checks Wemby coming up the floor, even though he didn't have the ball, and he gets called for a transition take foul. So that'll be 1 free throw and possession for San Antonio. Things starting to go a little sideways here the last couple of minutes.
Julius Randle has not been disciplined here. Minnesota trying to attack Wembanyama for, I don't know, whatever reason. The scouting report says draw and kick the defense when you start driving to the middle of the paint.
32-29, Spurs by 3. We step aside from San Antonio on the Timberwolves Radio Network. Timberwolves watching the Spurs go on a 9-0 run. San Antonio's retaking the lead. They're up 32-29. Wolves have missed their last 7 shots. Here's the update on Ayo Dosunmu when I asked Chris Finch about it before the game on the tip-off show.
You know, it's one of those things that's just kind of lingering, and you know, he doesn't quite have the confidence in it that he needs, you know, which is unfortunate. And it's a day-by-day situation, and that's how we continue to take it.
I think that's the key thing, too. You've got to have confidence when you've got a soft tissue injury like that. It's all about confidence. If you don't have confidence, man, you can't play this game at an elite level.
You certainly can't stop and go the way you have to on the basketball court, especially at the NBA level. And his game is all predicated on athleticism and changing speeds and changing ends. And you think about how many times you plant your foot to go in a different direction, and that's all it takes. You know, you just had a calf strain. You know how easy it can happen.
Yep.
I mean, it really doesn't take that much to strain your calf. And
there's not a big difference there. Me and Ayo
yeah.
and all the other guys.
You're jet quick on that tennis court. I know that.
32-29. So hopefully Ayo might be good to go for Wednesday's game number 2. But he has had a break since Thursday. Not playing Thursday.
Yeah.
So it's now 5-6 days.
You're right, though. He's been dealing with this since the end of March.
Yeah. It's really been over a month now. Out of the timeout, we have a free throw for San Antonio because of the take foul by Julius Randle. Transition take foul. Julius picked up his 2nd free throw. It's definitely silent in here as Vassell knocks it down.
So Rudy comes into the game for Anthony Edwards, and they're going jumbo lineup. We were wondering if they were going to be able to get away with this. I would imagine you play some zone in this look, but it looks like everybody's matching up.
Wolves were so good with their jumbo lineup in Game 6 against Denver. Luke Cornett is out there for Victor Wembanyama. Castle lobs it aside on the alley-oop, looking for Cornett, and Naz Reid commits the foul.
Naz just puts his hand straight up. He knew he did it. So Rudy's matched up with Cornett. Naz Reid is guarding Harrison Barnes, which that's you can see that is something that he would do normally when Harrison Barnes was with Sacramento, with San Antonio here. And then Julius Randle's back to matching up with Stephon Castle, which he's been doing too.
Cornett knocks down the first free throw.
The good thing about those matchups with the jumbo lineup too is that you're not going to be doing a bunch of cross matching. So those guys are probably going to be guarding each other, so they're going to be in the same proximity. It's when you're guarding somebody else and you have to chase them and find them in transition. That's the problem.
17 minutes that group played together. More out of necessity than anything because you didn't have Dante, you didn't have Ayo, Ant, or Kyle Anderson. But the Wolves were a plus 15 in the 17 minutes that Julius, Naz, and Rudy were on the floor together. Here's Naz on the move into the paint, stops on Cornett. Back to the basket, lobs it back out. TJ Shannon with it. 7 to shoot. On the attack, in the lane, runs it up, missed the shot. He had to rush it as Cornett's got good size and can contest at the rim. There is a whistle on a foul. TJ will go to the free throw line for 2.
They showed Manu Ginobili here during the last time out. Fans had a good time seeing Manu, but when you watch TJ, it reminds me of Ginobili, the conundrum that you were in trying to defend Ginobili in ball screen actions. And so they tried to send him to his right hand, and he would just go right, snake back to his left, and get to the rim. It's exactly what TJ did on that possession.
Somehow not in the act of shooting. Naz spins in the lane, falls down, but still kicks out to Conley. In the corner, buries the 3. Timberwolves knock down their 4th triple of the game.
Boy, Minnesota Mike just continues to knock down threes.
Mike over his last 10 games, 56% from deep. Not a ton of volume, but the efficiency has been there. Here's Castle, up fakes the 3, spins on Randle into the paint, now to the corner. Devin Vassell looking to attack. Oh, he got the elbow up on Conley, and it's an offensive foul. And Rudy swats away the shot after the buzzer.
The only reason why Mike is able to do that is because he's got such tremendous instincts in terms of changing directions himself. He gets right into the pathway of the dribble drive penetration and frustrates the player. We see it all the time with Mike. He draws offensive fouls so much because he has great anticipation.
He got his face to the spot before Devin Vassell's elbow. Here's TJ down the lane, off to Rudy in the dunker spot. He pushes it up. That was a very soft shot by Rudy. It did not go in. It rimmed off, and the Spurs come back the other way. especially with Cornette out there. You would have liked to see him just attack the rim right there. Go right up and over Cornette. Fox pops on a three. That's way offline. Rebound tapped out. Spurs control it. Harper in the corner. Catch and shoot. No. Rebound again tapped out. Another opportunity. Fox up fakes the three. Conley stays on his feet. Fox baseline. Missed the shot inside. Tried to bank it home over Rudy. Conley back the other way to TJ. Baseline. He'll rise. Layup good. Timberwolves 34. They're down by one. 35-34. Here's Fox on the attack. Quick crossover on Naz Reid. He'll back it out. Cornette with it. Foot on the three-point line. Hand off Devin Vassell. He'll rise up top of the key. That jumper rolls off, and the rebound collected by Cornette, but he saved it across the baseline right to Rudy Gobert. Now Randall with it. Randall starts to back down at the elbow. Out to Naz Reid, left side. He'll drive on Vassell. Up off glass. Little strong, but it rattles around and drops in. That's 2 for Naz Reid. He's got 5 on the bench to go along with 4 rebounds. Harper quickly back the other way. Attacks Conley in the paint and banks it in for 2. That snaps the Timberwolves 7-0 run. 4:15 left to go first half. Conley looks left. Here's Rudy Gobert beyond the arc. Back to Mike. Off the Rudy screen. He's going to pop on a straightaway 3 and hits. He missed his first 2. He's hit his last 2. Mike Conley has put the Wolves back up by 2 with 4 to play in the half.
Wemby probably comes back before the end of the quarter here. He normally does.
At the scorer's table right now. Here's Cornette with it. Wants to facilitate. Vassell takes the handoff. Spins to the mid-post. Back out to Cornette. Now it's Harper at the elbow. He'll rise up. The jumper comes up short. Mike Conley snares the rebound.
How many rebounds is that? How many does he have now? Mike is just a rebounding king for Minnesota.
And around the Gobert screen, a whistle and a foul to go against San Antonio. Well, you're going to be disappointed. He's only got 2.
Oh, man. Well, they're 2 big rebounds. Memorable. Well, he had 6 last game, and, they were saying which one was more impressive, Mike's 6 rebounds against Denver in Game 6 or Rudy's 8 assists. I would say Rudy's 8 assists were pretty amazing. They both were good.
Considering that was a postseason career high for Rudy Gobert, just a tremendous stat line. Boy, he and Jaden were so good in that 6-game
And 0 turnovers for Rudy as well.
Oh. Conley, the floater, a little bit strong off the back iron. Wemby's back out there. He snares the rebound, triggers the fast break. Keldon Johnson bullies Randall out of the way and muscles it up and in for 2.
Boy, do they play fast or what? I mean, pace-wise this season, they have not been that impressive. I mean, they're 12th in the NBA in pace, but they play much faster there. They are opportunistic runners.
10th in the league in fast break points a game, 16, and you can see why. Tied at 39, 3:21 left to go in the first half. We step aside from San Antonio on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Appreciate y'all hanging out with me. Monday night, West Side. San Antonio better start playing better. But let me mention this. Give me rebounds over assists. Rebounds, more times than not, a rebound, unless it just happens to come right to you, rebound is effort. Effort to get rebounds, offense or defensive rebounds for that matter. The assist, it's a beautiful number. It looks good, especially when it's on a beautiful pass. The assist, though, is only as good as the person shooting the basketball. If he ain't making nothing, or if you're the only person out there and the other 4 not making a shot, I don't care how good the pass is. Give me the rebound. I'm just saying, Potoi, commercial break. Appreciate y'all.
Up to 35, and the Knicks just a few minutes from capturing Game 1 in that series with the Sixers. Let's get you back to San Antonio. Alan Horton and Jim Peterson.
All right, Cal, thank you very much. 3:21 left to go in the first half. We're tied at 39. Jim, the Timberwolves lead the battle in the paint 20-14, so they're a +6 in the paint. That's the good news.
And for a West Side game, where are the points?
And obviously a big reason why is Victor Wembanyama. The last check.
We'll get points tomorrow. Lakers, Thunder. Is Luka playing tomorrow? I doubt it. I hope so.
The Wolves, you have to keep attacking no matter who's in there, right? When he's on the floor, you've got to go at him. You can't stop taking shots in the paint, can you?
They're going to keep him at the bottom of the floor a lot. So if he's off ball, he's going to be guarding the guy in the corner. And that's why he's always at the rim. And so, yes, you want to attack the basket, but when he comes, people are wide open on the perimeter.
That's when you have to kick. That's what you're talking about with Julius Randle.
Draw and kick the defense, exactly. So kicking means pass it out, and you got to find open players. Julius Randle has done a good job of collapsing the defense. He's just trying to score himself.
Yeah. He's 2 of 7 shooting so far.
It's not the prescription for beating this San Antonio Spurs team.
Wemby is on the floor. Rudy's guarding him. Wolves bring it up left to right. They've got Conley, Clark, Shannon, Randall, and Gobert on the floor. Shot clock to 10. Julius has it. Right wing against Devin Vassell. Cross court. Clark open in the corner. Attacks the closeout. Floats it up baseline and hits it.
And that's what you want to do right there. I mean, Julius skip pass to the opposite corner to Jalen Clark, who attacks the closeout, shoots the floater over the top of Wemby.
Just a second field goal in the postseason in 3 games for Jalen Clark. Timberwolves up by 2, 41-39, a low-scoring first half. Rudy Gamble didn't get the steal. Victor on the attack, runs it up off glass and hits it.
It's only his second basket of the game.
Shannon got flattened on that play, but Rudy gambled. Yeah, he taps his chest towards the Timberwolves bench. He knew he shouldn't have gambled there. Tied at 41. Conley off the Gobert screen. Bounce it back to Rudy. He rolls inside on Victor. Tumbles down, lost the ball. Spurs come away with it. Keldon Johnson again against Randall inside, floats it up and in. Keldon Johnson's had one thing on his mind in transition. That's get right to the cup, and more times than not, it's been against Julius Randle.
It's really a crapshoot anytime you hit Rudy on the short roll of what's going to happen.
Here's TJ. He'll take a little floater. That is no good. Again, he's trying to avoid Wemby. Offensive rebound. Jalen Clark up top. Randall. 3 balls off the back iron, and Champagnie collects the rebound. Spurs up by 2. Wembanyama bringing it up the floor. Drives on Rudy. Puts it up off glass. Got it for 2. So Wembanyama now up to 6 points, 7 rebounds, and 6 blocks. Randall's pass to the corner. Jump by Vassell. It's out of bounds. It'll stay Wolves basketball. 1:39 to go in the half. Spurs up by 4, 45-41. Neither team has built the double-digit lead. San Antonio's largest advantage has been 7. Minnesota's has been 6.
Minnesota shooting just 9/10 better than the San Antonio Spurs right now. 40% for San Antonio, 40.9 for Minnesota.
Conley drove on Harper, got him in the air, and drew the contact. Are you going to say in the act of shooting? Sideline out of bounds here.
And the difference in this game is at the free throw line right now. Minnesota has only shot 1 free throw in this game. San Antonio 7 of 9.
Wolves have been able to force 5 San Antonio turnovers. They don't have a single point off of those miscues. Rudy to Clark. He pump fakes a 3. Back to Rudy inside. Nice hesitation move. Now he goes up. Shot blocked. It's out of bounds. It'll stay Timberwolves basketball. Naz Reid comes up clutching his left wrist.
Was that a little friendly fire that time when Rudy tried to go up and shoot the basketball? Did he come down on Naz's wrist? Naz is right underneath him.
Clark lobs it into the free throw line. Randall an over the shoulder catch. Works on Johnson. Puts up a tough 2 and hits it. 7 points now, 6 rebounds, couple of dimes for Julius Randle. Wolves hanging around, down by 2. Harper up the center of the floor, guarded by Jalen Clark. Wing right, Wemby, catch and shoot, deep three, that's well short. Naz Reid secures another rebound. He's got 5.
I'll take that shot anytime over the drives that he gets to the basket.
Wemby, 35% from deep on the season. Naz able to attack the rim, even with Wemby out there. He got the floater off the glass for 2. Tied at 45. Wembanyama against Rudy on the perimeter. The crossover, he runs into Clark, who tried to rip it away. The ball's loose. Wemby falls to the floor, and finally a jump ball's called.
How was it not a jump ball before that? Jalen Clark literally had 2 hands on the basketball. They're fighting for it. It should have immediately been a jump ball. It took him falling to the floor, and then Jalen Clark got 2 hands back on it again until they called it. Unbelievable.
So to give you an Edwards update, he played an 11-minute stretch straight, and with 47 seconds left, it looks like he's not playing again here in the first half.
Yeah, tied here at 45.
So it gives you an idea too that his minutes restriction is probably around that 22 to 24, maybe a few more in the second half to account for a close game down the stretch.
And he played great in those,
he really
those
did.
minutes.
7 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 of 4 shooting. Wemby easily wins the tip. Clark doesn't even jump. Shot clock is at 8. Here's De'Aaron Fox. Back out to Wemby. He's got to look for the left angle. He hesitates, now rises, and could not get the roll. And hit off front rim, off glass, and off rim again. Randall now with it, up in the front court with 30 seconds left to go in the half. Tied at 45. Naz Reid tried to drive on Champetti. Got cut off. He'll try again. He'll run it up. Wemby gets another block, his 7th. 7 rejections in the first half for Victor Wembanyama. Shot clock goes dark. Wolves don't have a foul to give. Into the front court. Here comes Fox. Fox lost the ball, got it back. Trapped by midcourt. 6 to play in the half. Fox now with it on the drive. Runs into Randall. Lost the ball. Rudy scoops it up. Naz Reid beyond half court. The heave. Too strong off the glass. And Naz comes up again holding not the wrist that he just hurt moments ago, but this time holding the shoulder. And he goes right over to the scorer's table and takes a seat. He is in some obvious pain.
That was a mistake for him to try to shoot that 3/4 court shot. It put some stress on his shoulder, and he's going the wrong direction.
I know, you're going the wrong way. How does he know where we're going?
Head trainer Aaron Sear comes over to make sure he's okay.
Naz holding that shoulder, heading now towards the correct end of the floor to the Timberwolves locker room. At the half, game 1, we're tied at 45. We haven't decided a thing.
Hey,
with us, 24 minutes,
halftime.
more left.
Get some grub, have a beverage, have a smoke. Do it all responsibly. I'll see you in about 10 or 15 minutes. Hopefully we'll have a better second half. We need more shot making. Potoi, halftime. Commercial break.
Deep in the South, kicking up top game. Deep in the South, kicking up top game. Deep in the South, kicking up top game.
Hey, I know I said we'd listen to the rest of the other game for halftime. The score is 135 Knicks, 98 76ers. Well, let's just do music.
Deep in the South, kicking up top game. Deep in the South, kicking up top game. Deep in the South, kicking up top game. Deep in the South, kicking up top game.
recorded or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
You're listening to the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Still at the intermission at the half at Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. Timberwolves and Spurs all knotted at 45 apiece. Anthony Edwards in his return had 7 points in 11 minutes off the bench. He was 3 of 4 from the field. Naz Reid and Julius Randle also with 7. Meanwhile, for the Spurs, Dylan Harper pacing everyone with 11 first-half points. Victor Wembanyama had 7 blocks in his 18 first-half minutes. But really the defenses flexing their muscle early and often in this one. The Wolves shot 42% from the field. The Spurs hitting at just a 38% clip. And both teams took very good care of the basketball. Wolves led by as many as 6 early in that second quarter. Spurs had a lead as large as 7 in the first frame, but nothing settled after 24 minutes in San Antonio. Quickly, scores elsewhere in the association. Just one other game earlier tonight, a final at the world's most famous arena. The New York Knicks handle business in Game 1 with a dominant 39-point victory over Tyrese Maxey and the Sixers. All of the starters on either side not needed in the fourth quarter of this one. Jalen Brunson finished with 35 on the night. He had 27 of those 35 in a tone-setting first half, and it was a party throughout much of the final 2 quarters at the Garden as the Knicks have a 1-0 lead in that second round best-of-7 series. Timberwolves all tied up at 45. We'll get you back to Frost Bank Center and a chat between Alan Horton, Jim Peterson, and Pablo Prigioni in just a moment. But before we take our final break, why don't we pause 10 quick seconds all across our network to identify all our stations right here on your home for Timberwolves basketball.
And Spurs here in Game 1 of this best-of-7 Western Conference semi-final matchup. Along with Jim Peterson, I'm Alan Horton. Good news is they've taken a block away from Victor Wembanyama, now down to 7. 45 all, Wolves and Spurs. Pablo Prigioni, assistant coach, is along with us here. And Pablo, what's the biggest thing you guys touched on at the half?
Well, I think we are doing a lot of good things defensively. We got to rebound a little better, and then we got to run a little more in transition.
How about Wemby is such a force at the rim? He had 7 blocks in that first half. Were those ill-advised shots? Would you like to see less shots attacking him?
The idea is to attack from opposite side of him and just get downhill, engage him, and see if we can kick it out to the corner and look for a pass-pass combination. That's more like the plan.
Containing drives too, Pablo, a little bit. They got a little bit loose in transition as well, trying to get back and get matched.
Definitely. I think the guys did a pretty good job on containing it, except few possessions. But definitely, transition, I think they have only 6 points. We got to keep doing a good job. And actually, we have to run more.
Yeah. How did you think Ant looked in that first half?
I mean, it's fine. He looks fine. If you consider that he's been out like almost 10 days. And actually, before that 10 days, he also never get in a great rhythm. So, yeah. But I think he's not forcing the game, and he's doing a hell of a job.
Pablo, appreciate the visit. Good luck second half.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Pablo Prigioni along with us here as we get set for the third quarter, tied at 45. We mentioned Naz Reid's shoulder. He was one of the first players out onto the floor. Quickly ran to the other end of the floor and embraced Jordan McLaughlin. J-Mac, former Timberwolf for 5 seasons, comes off the San Antonio bench. The other tie with that San Antonio bench is one of their assistant coaches, Corliss Williamson.
Yeah.
Only 2 years with the Timberwolves, but Jim, those happened to line up with 2 trips to the Western Conference Finals. I thought Corliss Williamson was a great addition to the staff.
He was a big voice in that coaching room, and then also in film sessions. When you got a guy that was a defensive player of the year, or is he 6th man of the year? I'm sorry. And then also, a great player in the league and played a hard-nosed brand of basketball, and also was very skilled. He was a really important piece for Chris Finch in terms of regulating in the locker room with the players.
So 7 blocks for Wemby in that first half. It's 1 shy of the NBA postseason record held by Dwight Howard, who had 8 in a half of play back in 2010. That was a first half of a first-round game against the Charlotte Hornets. So Wembanyama 7 in this game 1. I mean, can you live with, I guess my question toward Pablo was, do you need to keep attacking like that, or is just different, or look for different types of shots?
Well, I think trying to get shots up flat-footed under the rim with him right there is not a good idea, as Wemby just throws it down on Rudy. Unbelievable drive from the perimeter on the left side of the floor.
Just got a half step, and Rudy could not catch up. Wembanyama, 8 points, 7 rebounds, 7 blocks. Conley right side, 3 on the way, way offline, missed it. Never hit the rim, came off the window. Here's Fox back the other way. De'Aaron drops it, Wembanyama pops on the 3, that's offline. Wolves have the rebound, trailing by 2, 47-45. TJ Shannon starting his 2nd straight postseason game. Anthony Edwards back, but coming off the bench. Randall with it, wing left, off a Gobert screen. Tried to bounce it back to Rudy, right off his shin, right back to Randall, who fades at the free throw line and hits the shot.
I'm not sure what Julius was thinking trying to pocket pass to Rudy, throwing it at his shoes. Still made a great play and scored the poop.
Champagny, a little give and go with Wembanyama, got it back, races to the rim and scores it. 49-47. Both teams shooting right around 40-41% in this game. Low scoring first half. Couple of top 10 defenses matching up. Here's Rudy Gobert. Hand off to Mike Conley. Back to Rudy on the roll. Bumps with Wemby. Goes up strong. Missed the shot. And Wemby's got the rebound. Hit ahead Vassell. Now Champagny with it right to the cup. And his layup is good.
TJ got a piece of that too on the way up. Champagny able to play through contact and spun it off the glass into the hoop.
11 fast break points now for the Spurs. They got an 11-4 edge in that category. Pablo mentioned they wanted the Wolves to push the pace. Randall took some contact at the elbow. Falling away, his shot no good. A late whistle came, and the Spurs can't believe it.
That's the foul call that TJ Shannon didn't get in the first half. Julius driving to his right, gets into the body of Devin Vassell that time, glances off the body and shoots the fadeaway, but gets the foul in the process.
2 shots coming up for Julius Randle. Timberwolves basketball tonight in game 1. Brought to you by Wings Credit Union. Put Wings Credit Union in your starting lineup to help meet your financial goals. Wings members enjoy some of Minnesota's best savings and lending rates, convenient digital banking, and access to over 80,000 surcharge-free ATMs. Visit wingscu.com to learn more. Insured by NCUA. Membership required. Missed 2 free throws, but Julius cleans up. Getting the rebound and putting it back up and in.
We'll have to remember that. Minnesota's 0 for 3 from the free throw line. Julius just missed 2, but he got the putback, so we get 2 points instead. So we'll forgive the 2 missed free throws that time.
The end result is 2 points. Here's Wemby down the lane, a kick to the corner. Champagny lines up the 3. He missed it. Jaden McDaniels the rebound. Saddle with 3 fouls in that first half. TJ on the run to the rim. A kick out to Conley. Corner 3 is good. Right in front of the Wolves bench. TJ Shannon sets up Mike Conley, who knocks down his 3rd 3 of the night.
And that's how you draw Wemby into the painted area and kick it out to a wide open shooter.
Castle takes Randall into the paint, now fades on an 8-footer. That rims off. Rebound tapped out of bounds. It'll be Timberwolves ball.
How great has Mike Conley been in this game? He's got 9 points, 3 of 6 from outside the arc. He's got 4 assists, 2 rebounds. He's doing everything.
They'll bring the ball up the floor here on De'Aaron Fox. Fox has been quiet, has not scored in this game. He's 0 for 5 shooting. Here's Jaden circling off the Rudy screen. Gets to the left side of the lane. Picks up the dribble, lobs it back out to Randall. 8 on the shot clock, crossover Julius, spin move on Castle into the paint, hesitates from 12, now drops it back, TJ Shannon, 2 to shoot, he's got a hoist on the 3, it's offline, Rudy an offensive rebound, sandwich between 2 defenders, kicks out, Jaden McDaniels takes a run on Vassell, stop and pop jumper, he got it! Boy, great play by Rudy and great recognition. I thought for sure he was going to try to go back up between 2 defenders, including Wemby, and likely get that ball knocked away, but he made the smart play to kick it out. 54-51. The Wolves lead by 3 here. Wembanyama. Right side of the floor, up top to Vassell. A couple of dribbles, a spin move on Randall. Across the lane. Now fades off glass and hits it.
Such a good mid-range jump shooter. He does not attack the basket very many times. He's only has, on the season, 79 shots inside the restricted area. Wow. That is not very many for a guard in this league.
We played 67 games in the regular season, just over 1 a game. McDaniels against Fox, good pump fake, the spin move, oh, and the shot erased out of bounds by Wembanyama. There's his 8th block of the night.
It's great timing. Jaden reverse pivoted out of that like Kobe Bryant used to do. Went back up, and Wemby was right there to reject it.
8 to go here in the third. Timberwolves leading by 1. Inbound to the free throw line. Randall makes the catch, but a whistle, and
he's being held by Stephon Castle.
For a moment, that would go offensive against Julius Randall.
Julius could not even get any lift. It's a baseline out of bounds play. Julius was in the middle of the paint. He was trying to jump up to go catch the basketball as Jaden lobbed it up to him, and Steph Castle had him around the waist.
Wolves have used that inbounds play a couple of times already in this game. Here's McDaniels. Out of Rudy, top of the key. Shot clock to 6. Rudy looking to get rid of it. Fakes the handoff to Conley. Now Julius has got to let it fly. He steps back, fires on the 3. It's off glass, no. TJ Shannon read that well off the window and put it back up and in, but the shot clock had expired.
He was right there when that ball, if that ball just would have touched a little bit of the rim, TJ would have had a putback.
1 point lead, Spurs have the ball. Both teams start the second half like they started the game. For the Spurs, that means Fox, Castle, Vassell, Champagny, and Wembanyama. Here's Fox. It's only his 2nd time in the postseason. De'Aaron Fox floater baseline, and there's his first points of the night. Yeah, been 0 for 5 shooting. Not anymore.
He's not the focal point of their offense like he was in Sacramento.
Feeding Randall on the run, extra pass, Rudy fumbled it right out of bounds.
He still need to keep shooting.
A little bit.
He need buckets for them to win the game.
Target, but he's still
focus or not.
It was the right play.
Come on, Fox.
It was the right play.
Yeah. Because as good as Wemby is, he wouldn't have been able to, if Rudy had caught that cleanly and gone up strong, I don't think he would have gotten to it in time. Fox in rhythm now, misses the right wing 3. It's off iron. TJ grab and go rebound. Up the left side of the floor and rumbles all the way inside. Got spun around, throws up the shot, no. Wembanyama goes down. TJ Shannon just pops up off the floor.
Boy, if I'm running in transition with TJ Shannon, I'm getting out of his way. Jaden kind of was in his path. TJ still
and nobody
contact.
Pops up quicker than TJ Shannon. I mean,
right
he's got
up.
some big-time collisions.
You're right.
In this game and in this this postseason. He just pops right back up. Timeout on the floor. Under 7 left to go here in the third quarter. Timberwolves trail the Spurs 55-54 on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
What's up, Jerry? I probably should check this more often. I'm doing so much stuff over here. I might be broadcasting the game, but this is a one-man operation. I gotta make sure everything's on point anyway. Hey, it's good to see all of y'all out there. Potoi, back to the background. Commercial break. Shh. Points, threes, please. Somebody get to shooting. We need more offense.
TJ Shannon will be at the free throw line for 2 here as the Wolves trail by 1 as we approach the midway point of this third quarter. TJ got the start in game 6, the closeout game over the Denver Nuggets. He responded 35 minutes, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals. Took 20 shots in that game, hit 9 of 20. He was a +7 during his time, and TJ after the game talked about how he was just focused on the Wolves having a good game after the loss in Denver in game 5.
It's all about how you respond. You can't sit and mope and have a victim mentality. You just got to go out there and fix what you messed up and do better in this game. That's in the past. I feel like I did a better job defensively today. I messed up a little bit, but it's all learning, and I feel like I did a good job overall.
TJ just keeps battling. I know Chris Finch pulled him aside, took him out of the game in the first half at one point, was kind of barking at him, looked pretty upset. It usually has to do with the defensive end of the floor for TJ.
Certainly does. Talked to TJ after game 6. I saw him on the court afterwards. And, they had asked Ayo Dosunmu after he had his 43-point game where that game ranks. And I asked TJ that. I said, TJ, where does this game rank? You just had this amazing game in game 6. And it's like, I don't know if anybody didn't ask him, but he had to think about it. He couldn't give me an answer. And he goes, I would rank it higher, but I didn't hit enough threes. He went 1 for 7. Yeah. I said, but the one you hit was pretty darn good. Yeah. Pretty important. So I just got to think that it's got to be one of the great games in his career. He just could not put it into perspective in that moment. He will, though, because Minnesota Timberwolves fans will always remember that game 6 and TJ Shannon and what he did in that game.
Postseason career high, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. So the good news is the Wolves have finally hit a free throw. Bad news is they're 1 of 5 at the stripe tonight. Tie game, 55 apiece. Wemby on a handoff. It's Dylan Harper who comes off the bench, the former number 2 overall pick, still in his rookie season. Doesn't play like a rookie. Here's Castle. Swings into the corner. Here is Harper. Catch and shoot opportunity. Glances off the rim, and that man, TJ Shannon's got the rebound. 5 points, 3 rebounds. Here's Randall, baseline left. Pump fakes, rises, kick out. Shannon. He'll take a run to the right side. Edwards is back in the game. Rudy now with it. Castle just all over Ant, denying him. 6 to shoot. Rudy gets it to Randall left side. Julius off the screen. He's going to pop on a 3. No, off the back iron. Wemby up high for the rebound. Timberwolves 6 of 18 on their 3 balls, just 33%. Spurs just 6 for 24. Also, just 25%. Inside, Wemby gets knocked around by TJ Shannon, and the foul is called.
You ever played Jenga?
Yes, where you stack those little pieces.
And when it finally falls at the end and it's like super tall and it finally falls over, that's what Wemby looks like when he gets knocked to the floor. I mean, he looks like that pile of Jenga blocks.
Yeah.
And he goes down fairly easily, too. It's just like breathing on those blocks, man. They're going to tip over. And Wemby, Terrence Shannon Jr. did not hit him that hard, and he just fell like, it just was unbelievable.
Wemby will sit down here as Cornette checks in. Spurs will have it sidelined out of bounds. We're still tied at 55. Stephon Castle with it up top off the Cornette screen. Takes a run down the right side of the lane. Drops it back out to Vassell. Around his back, and Ant was a little too physical with him. Edwards going to be called for a second personal foul. Edwards comes up complaining to Kevin Scott. It's a Mark Davis, Kevin Scott, and Gediminas Petritis as our third official. Wolves are just 3-6 when they've seen any one of those referees during the season. Mark Davis reffing his 224th career postseason game.
Good referee. He's one of the great ones.
It's a lot of games in the postseason. Baseline, Vassell missed the jumper. Wolves have the rebound. Tied with 5:30 left. TJ on the run. Burst of speed down the lane. Got the layup in traffic. He is a one-man fast break.
He really is, man.
5:30 left, and the Wolves lead by 2. Keldon Johnson off the Cornet screen. Hesitates, now drives in on Rudy. Floats it up off glass and got it. Boy, Rudy was right there, but more of a hook shot by Johnson to get it over the outstretched arm of Gobert. Tied back up at 57. We've had 13 lead changes, 11 ties. Nobody's led by more than 7. TJ pressured. Now feeds it to McDaniels right side. Jaden goes to work on Harper. Hesitates, mid-post, comes across the lane, floats it up and hits it. Jaden McDaniels into double figures with 10. Think about this, the leading scorers for both sides each have 11. That's how low scoring tonight his game has been. Pump fake, got Shannon in the air. Castle puts up the shot, no, but 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, Julius Randle has 11 for Minnesota. Dylan Harper is the one that has 11 coming off the bench in 17 minutes. He's got 11 points. Steph Castle, Champagny, the other 2 in double figures for San Antonio. They're right there. But Victor Wembanyama is just 4 of 11. He's 0 for 6 from outside the arc. He does have 10 rebounds.
Castle's first free throw. That is good.
The off-ball actions that I've seen San Antonio run a bunch for Wembanyama haven't really come into play here. It's very difficult to defend him when he's in those corners and they pin down for him and he curls into the paint. There's just all that space and he's able to operate. He's so long.
2 free throws good for Stefan Castle. And foul coming up the floor as Harper tried to pick the pocket of Shannon. The Wolves will inbound in the backcourt. Well, San Antonio's in this position of being the number 2 seed in the West because they've got some good lottery luck, Jim. 2023,
yes,
they jumped from number 3 to number 1. They had a 14% chance of the number 1 pick. They got it. They got Wemby. Following year, they jumped from 5 to 4. They get Stefan Castle. They only had a 10% chance of moving up to the 4 spot.
Should we talk about David Robinson and Tim Duncan too?
Probably not because those guys aren't playing tonight. But yeah,
well, they're here.
Their lottery luck does go back to those days as well. And then this past season, they had 34 wins. They were slotted to finish 8th in the lottery, but they jumped all the way to number 2. And they got Dylan Harper.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been so impressed by this kid all year long. He does not look like a rookie. And already in his first season, he's making an impact on a playoff team.
People didn't talk enough about him for Rookie of the Year. He didn't shoot it great early on, but he got so much better as TJ hits the front of the rim and kicks off the back of the glass and rolls in. Dylan Harper was a great scorer in college, and his brother's a pretty good player too with the Boston Celtics. Doesn't play as much, but pretty talented. Their dad was a pretty good player as well. Ron Harper, man, he was great.
5 titles.
If people forget how athletic he was when he was in Cleveland early in his career and with the Clippers.
2 free throws by TJ Shannon, 2-point Wolves lead. Spurs now with it, left to right, 15 on the shot clock, 4.5 to go third quarter. Cornet on a handoff, here's Harper to the elbow. Terminates the dribble, sets up Vassell, who steps into the 3 and hits it. Devin Vassell, his second 3-ball of the night, he's got 11 points. Spurs by 1, 62-61.
He's just a sniper, isn't he? He just snipes the basketball as TJ
Shannon
attacks
from the right
again.
wing, able to knife his way to the rim. Straight line drive. And score for 2 more. He's now got 11. Here's Castle. And got around the Cornet screen. TJ tried to fight through it, and Cornet's going to get called for the offensive foul.
I got to tell you, they were talking about TJ and him spending too much time in the gym. The coaching staff had to get him out of the gym. They said, go home, will you please? He's making all these layups he was missing earlier in the season when he get a chance to play. I mean, that's what was keeping him from getting playing time because he was fouling too much and he wasn't making shots. But now he's defending without fouling and he's rebounding and he's making shots.
Yeah.
kind of put it all together here at the right time.
He heads to the bench, so does Rudy Gobert. Jalen Clark out there, Naz Reid on the floor. Edwards with it. They're being super physical with him. Castle's all over him. Jaden will step into a left side three. That's long off the back iron.
Wow.
Jaden on his 3 balls is 2 for 19 in the postseason this year. Harper runs to the rim. Got the reverse layup and a foul. Naz fouled him. That's a loud 3-point opportunity for the San Antonio Spurs, who lead by 1.
When that ball came in bounds to Stephon Castle, Jalen Clark had his mitts on the basketball, clamped down, 2 hands. Steph Castle had to rip it away from him, but it was a held ball. It should have been a jump ball back in the backcourt, but that squirted Harper into transition.
Jaden's now 2 for 20. He's 0 for 2 tonight. I had him 0 for 1. But Jaden, who's played so well in the postseason, but that 3-ball just has not been there from him
really
ever since he came back late in the year from that injury. That's the one part of his game that has not gotten back to where it was earlier in the year.
And they're not even really close either. They're not rattling in and out. They are missing wide right and left.
Edwards, good up fake, drives the baseline. He'll hang, couldn't get the shot. Weak side rebound, Randall. Shot blocked by Wembanyama. Randall gets the rebound back, and he gets fouled trying to kick it to the corner.
Is that Stephon Castle that picks up that foul?
It might be his 4th. Randall just sticking with it. Great rotation by Naz to get to that corner, and that's where Randall was trying to go with it, which would have been the right pass.
Stephon Castle clubs him across the forearm. That's his 4th personal foul. So we're going to see De'Aaron Fox come into the game for Mitch Johnson. Doesn't it seem like a long time ago that Mitch Johnson took over? It was just last season.
Yes. And it was against the Timberwolves when he came in as an interim head coach for Greg Popovich back on November the 2nd of 2024. Feels like ancient history.
He was a great player at Stanford, by the way. He played with Brooke Lopez and Robin Lopez at Stanford. He was a point guard. And Landry Fields, too, by the way.
There's some guys to pass to, and that's why he finished up 2nd in school history in assists. I mean, just feed the Lopez brothers and Landry Fields, who made it to the NBA. 65-64 after the free throws. Here's Fox on a run into the paint, drops it back out, through behind Wembanyama, out of bounds at midcourt. The Wolves want to take a timeout here. 3:08 left to go in the 3rd quarter of play. It's 65-64. San Antonio leads by 1 on the Minnesota Timberwolves Radio Network.
detail and you're connected like that with a group that's as talented and versatile as that group, you have a chance to do that.
Yeah, the Knicks, actually the first team in NBA playoff history to win 3 consecutive postseason games by 25 or more. Knicks fans certainly loving life at the Garden right now. Let's get you back to Frost Bank Center in San Antonio. Jim Peterson and Alan Horton.
All right, Cal, thank you very much. 65-64. It's a one-point game here in Game 1. There's 3:08 left to go in the third quarter. Jim Peterson, Alan Horton along with you. It's a matchup between Gobert and Wembanyama. Rudy acts sort of as a mentor to Victor Wembanyama. Has known him for a number of years. They've had 8 meetings in the regular season, but the first time matching up in the postseason, Rudy was asked about facing Wemby here in the postseason just a couple of days ago after practice.
I mean, a few weeks ago, he asked me what kind of filter I had in my house for water. so it just tells you how his mind is, you know. Like, not, I mean, I wish, you know, I try to talk to the young guys here, like about the food they eat and stuff like that, but I don't get those kind of questions. So
I thought that's a really interesting comment by Rudy, just giving you some insight into how he and Wembanyama both think about more than just what's happening on the floor. They want to do everything it takes to succeed, not just working out and working on your shot and all the other stuff. How do I take care of myself? How do I get the best water possible? How do I get the best food? All that kind of stuff.
Why would I stop at just the water filter? I'm going, what kind of hyperbaric chamber do you have?
Yeah.
What kind of red light therapy do you use? I mean, he's got all the answers to that test.
Here's Bones Highland on the attack inside. Got his shot rejected. If that's Wembanyama, that's his 10th block of the game. Here's Keldon Johnson again, just lowers the shoulder inside. Nas commits the foul. That's going to be his 4th. Nas seems adamant that the Wolves should challenge this. The Wolves bench does not seem as adamant.
No. Wemby's going to get a triple-double in this game. He's just 2 points shy. He's got the rebounds and he's got the blocks. He's going to be flirting with quadruple doubles in his career.
Yeah.
The way that he blocks shots, the volume that he blocks them, he's going to get the rebounds and he's going to be a double-double king. But, man, he's just got that ability to kind of do it all on the floor.
Have not been very many triple doubles with blocks against the Wolves in their franchise history, but one guy I remember does have 2. It's David Robinson. Did they show him in the crowd tonight?
I saw him walking through the crowd. Yep.
Manu is here. Antonio Daniels is here. Bruce Bowen is here. Manu and Timberwolves assistant coach Pablo Prigioni are close. Argentina.
Sure.
Played with their national team together.
Yeah.
I think it was Manu's like 07-08 season against the Wolves. There were 3 meetings that year. I thought that's the best I've ever seen someone play in person. Manu Ginobili. Just incredible. And this is a 3. TJ up high for the rebound. He got knocked over by Dylan Harper.
TJ's doing a little bit of everything. Boy, isn't it nice to have him developed right now to the point where Chris Finch feels comfortable playing him. The 3 games at the end of the season really catapulted him into this position. And he's credited with doing the work and getting to where he's at right now, staying ready. But to have TJ, and then you still have Ayo in the chamber. Like, Minnesota has a lot of people that can attack and handle the basketball.
They can. Boy, they need Ayo back. Yeah, I mean, I think the Wolves have to be at full strength if they're going to win this series. They need Ayo. Obviously, Dante's not even a possibility. He is with the team. Let's see where he was located down on the bench, though.
He doesn't have
that. It's a little tricky.
Yeah, it's trickier on the road. He had a really protected vantage point where he was sitting at target center.
66-65. The Spurs lead by 1. TJ Shannon got 1 out of 2 there. He's 4 of 6 at the line. Turnover, Julius Randle on a run into the paint. Up off glass, missed the shot. Rebound into the corner. Spurs lose it out of bounds. It'll be Wolves basketball.
Good contest that time by De'Aaron Fox getting on his horse. Julius steps into the passing lane on that right wing, gets the steal, but then off to the races, and De'Aaron Fox met him at the rim. Keldon Johnson was there to help as well.
So the Spurs now have 2 players with 4 fouls each. It's Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper. Wolves have one player. That is Naz Reid, who's got 4 fouls. Bones Highland dancing up top off the Gobert screen. 8 to shoot. Sets himself, fires, and hits the 3. There's a whistle and a foul. It's going to go against San Antonio. So the question is, did Bones get the shot off in time?
No, he did not.
I think the hesitation from Bones in setting himself, I think you're right.
He was looking to see where De'Aaron Fox was, and Rudy Gobert was screening him, and De'Aaron Fox discards Gobert because he was frustrated with the screen, and Bones just looked back at all of that before he shot
foul
it.
will be reviewed to determine the off-ball timing.
Yeah, it's not going to count. It's going to be Minnesota's ball. It's going to be a foul on De'Aaron Fox.
Every point in this game feels so large. So if you could steal a 3 or a 4-point possession, my goodness, that would feel awfully, awfully large. The NBA playoff record for block shots in a game is 10. Mark Eaton did it in 85. Hakeem Olajuwon, your former teammate, in 1990. And Andrew Bynum in 2012. We told you that the record for a half was Dwight Howard with 8. He must have had a poor second half in whatever game that was.
Right.
To not finish with 10 or more. Fans, there's nothing quite like being a Timberwolves member. Whether you're in for 10, 20, or every single home game, you'll save big. Get special pre-sale playoff ticket access and catch every OMG moment from Anthony Edwards. Explore the membership experience at Timberwolves.com.
The foul occurred prior to the shot. Therefore, there's no basket. Gobert will shoot the penalty for 2 free throws.
By the way, I was talking to Greg Farnham, who's the longtime trainer here for the Timberwolves, and he was here before I was. He's still on staff. The training room at the Target Center, at Mayo Clinic Square is named after him. And we were talking about the time we came here, the first time we played the Spurs in the playoffs, the lockout season of 98-99. Minnesota lost that series 3-1. But guess who led San Antonio? I was shocked when I saw this. Who led San Antonio in scoring in that series with Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Sean Elliott, Mario Elie, and Antonio Daniels. Avery Johnson scored 19.5 points per game in that series to lead San Antonio in that best of 5.
Who was guarding him that whole series?
Terrell Brandon. I was like, Terrell Brandon should be ashamed of himself.
Also, Jaren Jackson on that squad.
Yeah,
That would be Jaren Jackson
Sr.'s
dad.
Yeah.
Right?
Jerome Kersey was on that team. Malik Rose, Steve Kerr, Will Purdue. That was the year after Jordan hits the shot in Utah, and they broke up that Bulls team, and Kerr and Purdue came down here to San Antonio to play for Pop.
Rudy missed a pair at the free throw line. Spurs still lead it by 1. Keldon Johnson on the perimeter up top against Julius Randle. Now Wemby spins on Rudy. Gets doubled by Randle. Kick out to Johnson. Open for the 3. Missed it. And Jaden McDaniels with a rebound. Left corner. Here's Julius Randle. Tried to zip it inside. That pass wasn't there. Knocked away by Vassell. Here's Keldon Johnson right to the cup. Layup good.
He is such a good basketball player. And what a catalyst he is for leadership on this team. He was really pumping these guys up in the tunnel before they came on the floor, and then before the game started as well.
Rudy's got it up top here with the Wolves trailing by 3. Bones trying to tie the game offline on a triple try. Dylan Harper's got the rebound. There's 1:20 and counting left to go in the third. Against Bones, Harper attacks inside to the rim, layup good. And just like that, San Antonio's up 5. Wolves can't let there be any slippage here at the end of the third quarter. Off the Randall screen, Highland to the right side, guarded by Keldon Johnson. Now Rudy with a touch beyond the arc. Here comes Jaden on the handoff. Dances off that Rudy screen. Tries down the right side, runs it up and hits it off the window. Big bucket by Jaden McDaniels.
Sure was. Quiets the crowd, too.
Oh, cross-court pass, picked off by Bones. He'll stop, he'll pop for the tie. He missed it off the back iron. Rudy with a rebound, inside to McDaniels, wide open for the two-handed flush.
Oh, what a great touch pass by Rudy. The shot by Bones Highland bounced all the way to the free throw line. Rudy was standing. Jaden was right under the basket, and the touch pass by Gobert.
Great
past Wemby.
Second assist of the night. Here's Wemby on a 3. No, he's 0 for 7 from deep. Jaden with it. 28 seconds left to go in the half. There's a 6-second differential. The Wolves will slow things up. McDaniels down to TJ Shannon just inside of midcourt. Devin Vassell is on him. Shot clock to 10. TJ with a right-handed dribble. Stops at the elbow. Kick out. Jaden 5 to shoot. Against Fox. Crossover. Left hand. Down the left side of the lane. Stop and pop. Fall away. 14-footer. No. Wembanyama the rebound. He hits up ahead. Here's Keldon Johnson with 1 second left. He'll run it up down the lane and hit it as the clock expires at the end of the third quarter. Keldon Johnson off the bench has 11 points, and the Spurs now lead by 3 as we make the turn for home. San Antonio 72, Minnesota 69 after 3 in Game 1 on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
You're listening to the Timberwolves Radio Network.
12 minutes up on the scoreboard. Fourth and final quarter about to get underway. Timberwolves trail the Spurs 72-69. Jim, this has been a defensive battle, slugfest, a little bit of a foul fest, where the Wolves find themselves right in this. Things did not go real well in that third quarter. They only got outscored 27-24, but the shooting numbers were particularly ugly in that frame. Wolves got outshot like 58% to 38%, and San Antonio seemed to find a little bit of rhythm at the offensive end.
They certainly did. They got out in transition. Just an 8-6 advantage, but they're fast break points, and that last two by Keldon Johnson getting out there at the end, they got that last hoop. But Minnesota, their bench is getting outworked here in this game. And the bench scoring disparity right now is 29-16. And really, it's all Keldon Johnson and Dylan Harper. Those two guys have really hurt Minnesota.
Ant is back on the floor. He played 4 minutes and 22 seconds in that third quarter. He's now up to, for the game, 15 minutes and 23 seconds. So we'll see how many minutes he's got here in the fourth quarter. Mike Conley, Anthony Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, Julius Randle, and Naz Reid. Wolves working right to left in the association whites. Here's Ant. Stop and pop three after the pump fake, and he strains it. That's another made three for Anthony Edwards. And again, every three feels so large in this game because it's so low scoring.
Exactly right.
72 all. Edwards, 10 points in 16 minutes off the bench. Coming off the bench for the first time in his postseason career. Harrison Barnes takes a run on Ant. Ant tried to swipe from behind. He gets called for his third personal foul. By the way, Ant making his 47th appearance in the postseason for the Timberwolves. That ties him with Kevin Garnett for most playoff games in franchise history. It's not a huge number, as we've talked about through the years, that the Wolves just don't have a lot of success.
For a guy that's only been in the league 6 years, that's a lot of games.
It is. Champagny is wide open. Conley got tripped up. Mike thought he got fouled. It left Champagnie wide open on the left wing. He drains a three to answer Edwards' three and put the Spurs back up by 3. Jaden takes a run on Barnes into the paint, swings it back to the corner. Terrific find, and Nas knocks down the 3.
See, that's the guy you got to find. The guy who's away from Wembanyama on his side of the floor. He's just staying low all the time. He's not involved in any of those actions at the top of the floor like Jokic was.
Tied at 75 as Wembanyama threw it away inside. Randall put some pressure on him. Wemby turned it over. Here's McDaniels. Dangerous pass. Nasri pulls it down right in front of his own bench. Back to Jaden up top against Wemby. Wants to take him off the dribble. Now decides never mind. I'll get it back to Ant. Ant on the right side with Champagnie on him now with Wembanyama on him. 6 to shoot. Ant settles for the 3. Right side. It's on its way. It's nothing but net. Anthony Edwards' his 3rd 3. He's up to 13 points. Timberwolves lead 78-75. Champagnie in the corner, trying to answer back. Hit the side of the backboard. It comes off right to Barnes, who gets the easiest points of the night. Harrison Barnes only playing 8 minutes in this game. Randall swings it right side. Edwards, good pump fake. Side steps to his left. Now to McDaniels. Jaden on the attack against Champagnie in the lane. Leans in, draws the contact. The shot short, but Jaden will shoot 2.
That's what I love about the diversity of Jaden's game now. So Ant gives him the ball in that right corner. He attacks the basket that time and gets Champagnie up in the air with the pump fake. Wemby was looming, but he was far enough away for Jaden to shoot that fadeaway. Going to the line for 2 here.
All right, it's time to start hitting some free throws, and Jaden gets us started by knocking down the first. It's been an awesome postseason for Jaden McDaniels, averaging 18.7 rebounds, 3 assists. The steals and the blocks surprisingly haven't been there, especially with the way how well he's played defensively. He's got the 2nd best defensive field goal percentage number in the league in the postseason. When he's the primary defender, opponents are shooting 37% against Jaden. That's 11% worse than expected. 2 free throws, put the Wolves up by 3. De'Aaron Fox, guarded by Conley, around his back, into the paint, runs it up with the left hand. That's his strong hand, and he scores it for 2.
Goes right to get left.
Fox now up to 4. 80-79. Here's Edwards, right side of the floor, guarded by Champagnie. They isolate him there. Ant to the baseline, runs it up and hits it. It comes up a little bit gingerly, but looks to be okay. The Ant got airborne. He looked over to see where Wemby was, too. Here's Fox into the paint. Stop and pop. No, missed it. Nas Reed slaps down the rebound. Up to Mike, up the right wing. Conley lobs it inside. Here's Randall against Castle. Quick move, baseline, and an offensive foul. Castle holding the back of his head. Julius Randall commits his 3rd personal foul. Like the decisiveness there by Julius, but he got the off arm up.
Julius actually led the NBA in that first round of the playoffs in plus minus. He was at plus 28 in the 4th quarter of games, and that led the NBA. Number 2 was De'Aaron Fox. Jamal Shed was up there as well.
So for 4th quarters?
4th quarters only.
Wow.
Would you have guessed that? That he would have
been,
that he would have led the entire first round of the playoffs in plus minus.
Ooh, Castle almost lost it as McDaniels knocked it free, but Barnes has it. Down the lane, out to Wemby, right side 3. Jumps into that one, missed it. Rebound right back to Barnes. Here's Fox, now to Castle, up top, wide open look at a 3, and he buries it.
He's been very good from outside the arc in this game. It's the 3rd make from 3-point land for Stephon Castle. 3 of 5 for him.
Here's Ant on the right side, dribbles into trouble, splits 2, up off the glass, it got blocked. Wemby with his 11th block of the game. Here comes Fox to the rim, he'll lay it in for 2. Couple of loud plays by the Spurs, and the Frost Bank Center is rocking here in game 1. Spurs lead 84-81. Timeout Minnesota with 8:22 left to play on the Timberwolves Radio Network. finally getting the start here in Game 1, Round 2, Wolves and Spurs. Mike's very first playoff game and playoff series was against the San Antonio Spurs. Slightly different looking Spurs team back in 2011. It had Manu Ginobili, it had Tony Parker, it had Tim Duncan. And now, from 2011 to 2026, Mike is now facing the Spurs for the 4th time in his career. And I asked him about, at shoot-around today, about seeing this same team just like he started his NBA career.
It's great, man. I thought about it when we got the matchup. I was like, man, this is my first time, and who knows if this is my last time being able to play these guys. So pretty cool, pretty full circle moment. Hopefully we get the same result, but yeah, it's going to be fun.
That Spurs team looked a little different back then.
Yeah, we had a lot of guys that are probably in the rafters now, but it was a fun team to play against.
Yeah, in the rafters, he means jerseys retired, as in Ginobili, Duncan, Tony Parker. Maybe Bruce Bowen would have been on that team in 2011. I did not look that deep into the rosters, but Mike Conley, it was his 4th meeting against Denver in the postseason, and now his 4th meeting against San Antonio in the postseason.
And then in Memphis, Tony Allen's in the rafters, Marc Gasol's in the rafters, Zebo's in the rafter.
I mean, and Mike Conley's going to find himself.
And he will be.
In some rafters.
Yes, he will.
Well, theoretically, definitely Memphis.
Could be Utah.
Could be Minnesota.
Yeah.
How about 3 rafters? That'd be great. Here's Randall, right wing 3 on the way. Good out of the timeout. 8:05 left to go, 84 all. Randall picks a fine time for a 3-ball, his first of the second half. He's 2 for 6. They've taken away a 3 from Anthony Edwards and made it a 2. Foul crossing midcourt. Castle gets sandwiched between McDaniels and Conley. They're going to get Mike on the foul. No, they got McDaniels.
I thought he was looking at Jaden, yeah.
And they gave him his 4th. Well, with 7:54 left, no time to put McDaniels on the bench. You got to ride him. Nas also out there with the 4 fouls. Randall, Conley, and Edwards. Edwards is on Fox. De'Aaron Fox off the inbound, left-handed dribble. Now working against Edwards, top of the key, right side of the lane to the corner. Catch and shoot, Keldon Johnson, 3, no. Rebound tapped around. McDaniels controls for Minnesota, and then he got tripped up by Wembanyama.
This has been a heck of a game. It's been tight the whole way. Minnesota won the first quarter, lost the second quarter by 1, and the third quarter by 3. Keldon Johnson hit that shot at the end of the third that gave him that little advantage.
We've had 18 lead changes. We've had 17 ties. And again, no one has led by more than 7 points.
Yeah.
Anthony Edwards working right off the Randall screen. Pressured by Johnson all the way out to midcourt. Left-handed dribble now for Ant. Turns the corner. Down the lane. The finger roll over the front iron. Drops in.
I'll tell you what, that was a great highway screen by Julius Randle on Victor Wembanyama. Didn't allow him to come over and block that layup attempt by Ant.
7 of 11 shooting for Edwards. Wolves lead by 2. Here's Fox left of the lane. Drives. Lost it right out of bounds. That's going to be Timberwolves basketball.
See, that's one of the things that Minnesota can do with Wembanyama, too, is you can set a screen and you can roll Wembanyama into a post-up and then just block him off and keep him from going over to block shots. It's a legal play as long as you're trying to post up. You can't do it intentionally, just screen him off, but you can roll into a post-up with it.
Right side, Anthony Edwards. Keldon Johnson is on him. Ant working hard with a right-handed dribble. Now the crossover to left. Ant to shoot. Still beyond the arc. Now gets a seam into the paint. Floater up. It rattles around. It drops in. Anthony Edwards now up to 18 points. He's hit 8 of 12 shots. And now Ant having some words with Keldon Johnson. Those two have to be separated by referee Mark Davis.
That's what Minnesota was missing, man. When Jade's not going to talk smack, that's their main smack talker. He was going right at Keldon Johnson. You got to love that.
Anthony Edwards, strong start to the fourth quarter. The Wolves lead by 4. It's 88-84 with 6:50 left. We step aside on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
Jalen Brunson had 27 in those opening 2 quarters. None of the starters were needed in the final frame as New York cruises to the 39-point victory. They've got the 1-0 lead now in the series. That means the Sixers and their head coach Nick Nurse did not have any fun, but also making sure to keep the loss in perspective.
No, that wasn't any fun. It wasn't any fun to sit there. It wasn't any fun, to be a part of, to be honest, and watch. But it's 0-1. Doesn't really matter if it's 6 points or 36 or whatever the hell it was. It's 0-1, and we got to wash that one away and get back. And we're gonna have to provide much more energy and physicality and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's right. It technically is just one loss, but it is the 3rd straight victory for the Knicks by 25 or more points. That's a new NBA playoff record. Let's get you back to Frost Bank Center. Exciting finish ahead. Here's Alan Horton and Jim Peterson.
All right, Cal, 6:50 left to go in the 4th quarter. It's 88-84. Some really good numbers being put up by the Wolves in the 4th quarter. They've got 19 points. They've hit 7 of 8 shots in that frame. And the really good news is that Anthony Edwards has 11 of those points, and he's hit 5 of 6 shots, and he's starting to take over last couple of possessions, hitting some really big one-on-one plays against Keldon Johnson.
He had the 2 threes in a row, which got Minnesota back into the lead with Jaden McDaniels.
And one of those got turned back into a 2.
Into a 2, exactly. And then also just this little boomlet that he's had being pressed up on by Keldon Johnson, where he's taken him in an ISO situation. Keldon Johnson pressed up on him. Ant got by him twice. A lot of smack talking. That was a good timeout, too, because it got a chance to get things cool down, but I don't think Keldon Johnson's going to forget that. He and Anthony Edwards were having quite the heated discussion. TJ back onto the floor, Ant's out.
Jaden putting some good pressure on Stephon Castle. He's playing with 4 fouls, but Castle beats him, gets to the cup, and draws a foul. 88-84, Castle to the free throw line for 2. So Edwards, who plays 5 minutes and 11 seconds, the first 5-11 of the quarter. 11 points, 5 of 6 shooting, so he's up to 21 for the game. And we venture to guess that he's probably in that 22 to 24 range. So Chris Finch may kind of hold him out here for what, maybe another 3.5 minutes, give him the final 3 minutes.
Sure.
Free throw is good by Stephon Castle. Timberwolves basketball tonight brought to you in part by Sezzle. 4-point play in the NBA. That's hard. Splitting your next Wolves purchase into 4 interest-free installments with Sezzle. Download the Sezzle. That's easy. Download the Sezzle app today. Terms and conditions apply. Not a sound can be heard as Castle ready to attempt the second free throw. Make this a 2-point game. He does exactly that. I like Jaden putting pressure on, but I don't like speeding Castle up enough so that he gets to the rim and draws 2 free throws. Here's TJ, baseline drive, got the lay-in. Wemby was rooted to the mid-post. Shannon just attacked with lightning speed.
Terrence Shannon's productivity is allowing Chris Finch to rest Anthony Edwards more.
Yep. Castle with it up top. It's a 4-point Timberwolves lead with 6:15 left. Wemby to set the high screen. Castle uses that to his left. Randall jumps out on him. Vassell now to the right side. Keldon Johnson across the lane against Nas. Pivots, jump hook, short, rebound, Nas Reed.
Great defense by Nas. Standing up the drive by Keldon Johnson, getting a great contest on Julius is going to get a foul drawn on Stephon Castle.
That'll be number 5 on Castle.
Julius
Again, borderline offensive foul.
Sure was, but Julius was battling Stephon Castle in the right box post up. And Stephon Castle a little bit too aggressive trying to front Julius Randle. And really, Julius did kind of push Stephon Castle down, but Castle's also kind of battling into Julius's knees as he's trying to front him. So Castle's going to sit down right now for San Antonio. Dylan Harper into the game, along with De'Aaron Fox here. So you got to keep track of these 2 speed merchants.
Here's McDaniels against Wembanyama. Drops it off for Shannon. Now an offensive foul against Jaden McDaniels. Illegal screen. That's going to be his 5th personal foul. 5:51 left. Jaden just cannot commit that foul there. Spurs get it back, trailing by 4. Harper lost it momentarily, gets across the timeline on Mike Conley. There's Wembanyama back to the basket, guarded by Randall, spins to the right side. Flips it off to Fox, turns the corner in the lane, up on McDaniels, layup no good. Jaden attacks the glass, he's got the rebound. Outlet to TJ Shannon, down the lane, his pass to the wing deflected by Keldon Johnson. It goes out of bounds.
He's trying to fan that thing out to the left slot to Julius Randle. Keldon Johnson was in transition. TJ had ideas of jetting to the rim, but the only person back to stop him was Victor Wembanyama, so he thought better of it.
Jaden lobs it out to the three-point line. Randall with it against Keldon Johnson. 5.5 to play, and the Wolves are up by 4. Randall spins, tough fall away, right baseline, no. Naz Reid, offensive rebound, he gets the putback off the glass. Timberwolves have matched their largest lead of the game. They're up 6 with 5:13 left. 92-86. Here's Harper off the Wembanyama screen. Back to Wemby, up top, he dribbles into the paint, crashes into Shannon, offensive foul! TJ Shannon draws a charge. How about that?
Defense. Johnson lost his challenge right away in the first quarter.
How many charges do the Wolves have all regular season? 7. A grand total of 7. TJ had 2 of them.
And TJ did get there early this time. He's been trying to take charges in games. Tried to take one in the Denver game in game 6, was a little bit late, but he was there in time.
Under 5 minutes to play. Wolves up by 6. They've got possession. TJ Shannon, 10 to shoot, on a dribble, on the attack, off glass. Oh, the shot blocked by Wemby. Rebound McDaniels to the corner. Conley, he fires the 3 and hits it. What a sequence that is. The Timberwolves have their largest lead of the game. They're up 9 with 4:41 left. The 12th block of the game for Victor Wembanyama turns into a corner 3 off the offensive rebound by McDaniels, who finds Mike in the corner, who buries it and puts Minnesota up 95-86. That sequence feels really, really big.
Yeah, the charge that Terrence Shannon Jr. takes on Victor Wembanyama, and then that just incredible hustle play, tracking down the block shot, ricochet off the glass, that leads to a Mike Conley 3. And right now, I'm looking at Mike Conley, what he's done in this game. He's got 4 3-point makes. He's been an incredibly valuable player for Chris Finch down the stretch here of the regular season. When Ant was out, he was called into play, and then during the playoffs too. In the Denver series, he was invaluable. Made so many different hustle plays and made big shots for Minnesota as well. I mean, none bigger than that one right there in the corner. I mean,
Wow.
that's a 9-point lead is a lot different with 4:40 to go than that 6-point lead. This is a quick strike San Antonio team. Minnesota playing such physical basketball right now on both ends.
Wolves are on a 14-2 run right now. They went from down 3 to up 9 in a span of under 4 minutes here. And now, with 4:41 left, they have a chance to steal game 1 on the road against the second-seeded Spurs.
Ant's back on the floor for Mike Conley.
With 4:40 left to play. Dylan Harper will bring it up here for the Spurs. He's got Fox, he's got Wemby, he's got Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell. Harper on the attack against Ant. Shot blocked! Ant got up and rejected it with his left hand. Naz Reid controls. Now to Ant left side. At the hash mark in front of his head coach. Edwards with it. Switching from the right hand to the left. Starts to back down Vassell. Gets to the mid-post. Turnaround 17-footer. It's off the rim. No, and Wemby's got the rebound. And that was a 0-pass possession for the Wolves at the offensive end. Fox back the other way. Driving layup is good.
At this juncture, I don't know that I'm going to complain too much about Anthony Edwards going into ISO mode against Devin Vassell.
Here's Randall in the high post. Back to the basket with Keldon Johnson on him. Now Randall going to work in the paint. 1-footed fall away from the free throw line. Got this one to drop. Boy, last 2 possessions into ISO for Ant and Julius.
Such a hard shot, too, from the free throw line.
9-point lead. Vassell with a right side 3. Drains it. can't stop doing the things that gave you the 9-point lead. The last two possessions have not been great for Minnesota. Chris Finch immediately calls a timeout. 3:29 left to play. 97-91. It's the Timberwolves who lead by 6.
And we're just a little bit too far off that time. You know, he was in help, and that's one thing. Minnesota's a gap help team, so when there's dribble penetration, by definition, he's the next pass away, but he wasn't help, and he just probably was a step too far off of Devin Vassell, who was an amazing catch-and-shoot shooter. So right in that right slot, let it fly.
Little 5-2 run here by San Antonio. That brings them to within 6 with 3:29 left. The Wolves will have possession of the basketball. Timberwolves basketball tonight here in Game 1, brought to you in part by Travel South Dakota. If you call yourself an explorer, now's the time to get out there and get lost somewhere you haven't found yet. Plan your next best adventure today at TravelSouthDakota.com. Wolves are outscoring the Spurs 28-19 here in the fourth quarter. They've gone from down 3 to up 9 and currently have a 6-point advantage. Edwards, Randall, Reed, Shannon, and McDaniels are going to be the 5 on the floor.
Yeah. I was just going to say that Victor Wembanyama has one single-digit scoring night this year during the regular season. 9 points against the Phoenix Suns back in November.
Here we go. Timberwolves will bring it up from right to left. Wemby's got the 12 rebounds, the 12 blocks. As TJ drives in, runs up the shot, no, but a whistle and a foul.
That's 6 on Stephon Castle.
Who just came back into the game and now is done for the night. He fouls out with 3:20 left to play in regulation.
Boy, and TJ almost made that layup too.
TJ's been getting downhill in the second half. Getting to the rim and getting to the free throw line. He's 4 of 6 at the free throw line tonight. He had just 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting at the half. He's got 10 in the second half on 3 of 5 shooting. So Julian Champagnie will come into the game as Castle is fouled out. Jaden McDaniels has 5 for Minnesota. He remains on the floor with 3:20 left. TJ at the free throw line in his second season out of Illinois. First one rattles around and drops in. 15 points, back-to-back starts in the postseason for TJ Shannon. The moment has not seemed too large.
Well,
for
I just
him.
was going to say that listening to the pundits after Game 6, people are very surprised about TJ, saying that he's not a rotation player, and that's not wrong. But if you didn't see him play at the end of the season, you know that this isn't something that we're surprised by.
Yeah. And the 35 games he missed in 2 different stints with the left foot injury.
Right.
That just kind of derailed things along with what you talked about earlier, some inconsistent play. Wembanyama, top of the key with the Wolves up by 8 here. Wemby spins on Randall. They will not give him the continuation. Foul on Randall. Came before the shot attempt.
He gets that ball at the elbow, and he starts backing you down, and he reverse pivots, and he's able to just extend his body. He can literally get to the rim from the free throw line, just turning and spinning and
incredible,
extending his arm.
Here's Fox off the Wemby screen, down the lane, runs it up high off the glass. It hits iron, no. Wemby with an offensive rebound, and he gets fouled on the putback. It's going to be against Julius Randle. If it is, it'll be his 6th.
TJ gets the foul.
They got TJ Shannon. 3 minutes to go. The Wolves better be sure if they're going to use this challenge here. And they are not going to challenge this.
Wemby kind of sprained his ankle a little bit when he came down from that rebound. Just tightening up that shoe a little bit.
So Wemby tying his right shoe at the free throw line.
I mean, what are those, size 24? I mean, they've got to be some of the biggest shoes in NBA history. Oh, Bob Lanier had some big ones.
Cat had big shoes.
Oh, yeah.
20s. 20. Free throw, no for Wemby. Missed it. I wear size 10 and a half. 20.
I'm a 15.
15. Good Lord.
I'm 6'10".
That's true. Wemby missed the free throw. It's his first free throw attempt of the night.
It's disappointing. It says on Google that it's a 20 and a half. It's like, no, it can't be true.
Google, get your stuff together. All right, second free throw is good. It's a 7-point Wolves lead. There's under 3 minutes left to play in game one. Shannon brings it up. Pressure by Fox. TJ with it left side. Drives on Harper in the lane. Floats it up. The shot, no. Wemby collects the rebound. Grab and go for Wembanyama. At midcourt, feeds to his right and Vassell. Cross court to Harper on the attack against Shannon. Spins back to the left hand. His bank shot, no good. Wemby the rebound. His putback is an air ball. He was falling away, baseline right. Timberwolves control. 2:30 left to play.
He did not need to do that.
No, he didn't. Ant with it up top with Dylan Harper guarding him. Now Champagny comes on the double. Bounce pass to his left. Here's Naz Reid. Right back to Ant. Edwards left-handed dribble. Left side of the floor. Splits two. Bounce it to McDaniels. Jaden on the attack across the lane. Floats it up. The shot no good. Fox has the rebound for San Antonio. He'll push up the center of the floor. Nobody stops ball. He goes all the way in and scores it for two. Got to stop the ball. 99-94. It's still a two-possession lead for Minnesota. Here's Jaden McDaniels crossing the timeline. Crowd comes to their feet. 1:50 left to play. Randall right side straddles the three-point line. Working against Vassell. Lost it, got it back. Spins in the paint. Runs it up. Shot short for the whistle and a foul. Vassell commits his fourth. Randall going to the free throw line. Roy's two will make it 1 for 4 here tonight.
1 for 4 with an asterisk because he missed 2 free throws and got the putback on a rebound.
Okay. I'll allow it. I support it.
These are big free throws, though. Minnesota had a 9-point lead. San Antonio's done a good job here of trying to whittle this thing down. There's still plenty of time left. Minute 44.
Randall.
Plenty of time.
First one fly. Yes, got it. Boy, it looked like he was guiding it up there. I didn't feel great about
Good
that.
ball game, y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging out with me.
Right there. Rudy Gobert's going to come in for Naz Reid here.
You want to update our Ralph Lawler win percentage? We're at 100.
Yeah,
First team to 100 wins.
98% of the time now.
Sounds good. Chance to go up by 7 with 1:44 left. Julius Randle knocks down a pair. Couple of clutch free throws. 101-94. Here's Dylan Harper on the attack. A bounce pass to the corner. Catch and shoot 3. Hits front rim. No. Champagny the offensive rebound and the putback.
And got out-competed for that one. Champagny just ran in front of him, grabbed the offensive rebound.
Boy, TJ's bringing it up with Fox all over him. Shannon into the front court. Stops. Now backs out towards midcourt. Shoves off on Fox a little bit. TJ on the attack. He's going to go down the lane. Feeds it to Rudy, who makes the catch. Goes up strong. Didn't get the shot. Fox took him out. He'll get called for the foul. Rudy ends up flat on his back. It was an awkward-looking fall by Rudy as Fox was just trying to make sure he didn't get the dunk.
Look, he really was not going to let Rudy get any chance to dunk that basketball. He grabbed his arm with no intention of even trying to block it. He's going to make Rudy earn at the free throw line.
Should have been worth at least a look for a flagrant.
No, it was just a good hard foul. He just grabbed him by the arm.
Rudy at the free throw line. 0 for 3 tonight. Make it 0 for 4 off the back iron. .119 left to play. Wolves are 2-1 in postseason clutch time games. Julius Randle going to get sandwiched between two Spurs defenders working against Wemby. Free throw good. Rudy steps up and knocks down a clutch freebie. 102-96, 2-possession lead. Here comes Dylan Harper with some pace and purpose into the front court. Drops it off for Wemby. Turns the corner down the lane. Runs it up off glass. No good. Champagny the rebound. Falls to the floor. Sets up Wemby. Baseline 15-footer. No. Champagny another offensive rebound. And he puts it back up and in. 1:05 left to play. It's 102-98. Randall. Pressure by Vassell. Coming up the floor. Got across the timeline. 55 seconds left to play. And the Wolves up by 4. Randall against Vassell, top of the key, spin move in the paint, runs it up off glass and hits it. What a shot by Julius Randall.
Bucket, Julius
10 rebounds. Wolves by 6 with under 50 seconds to play. Wemby takes a run down the lane to the rim and jams it.
There's bucket all night long.
Triple-double.
Let him go there at the end because Jaden's
Triple-double.
5 fouls. Ants with it. Still a 4-point lead, splits 2. Up into the front court to Shannon. His pass to Randall deflected by Vassell. Out of bounds, 34.4 left.
They haven't run those transition handoffs at the top of the floor for Wemby to do exactly what he just did.
You're right. He's got the triple-double, 11 points, 15 rebounds, 12 blocked shots. 34.4 seconds left. Timberwolves up 104-100. Edwards will trigger into the front court. They lob, it's knocked away. Dylan Harper, breakaway slam with 2 hands. It's a 2-point game with 30.9 seconds left, and now the Spurs don't have to foul. They can play out the 24 seconds. An awful turnover in clutch time again. Here's Jaden McDaniels, nearly lost it crossing midcourt. It's deflected in the backcourt. Jaden gets it back. He feeds it to Randall, wing right. 10 to shoot. 15 to play in the game. Wolves up 104-102. Randall with 5 to shoot against Vassell. Mid-range jumper off the back iron, no. Harper the rebound. They get it to Wemby. Back to Harper. 3 seconds left. Now with 2. Champagny moves to his left. Fires a 3 at the buzzer. It's off the front rim. No good. The ball game is over. The Timberwolves have stolen game 1 in San Antonio. 104-102. They survive a furious finish by the Spurs. And Champagny could have won the game with a right side 3 at a clean look. It caromed off the front rim, and the Timberwolves are up 1-0 in this best-of-7 Western Conference semifinal.
Hey, I appreciate y'all hanging out with me just real quick.
What an ending.
Y'all have a good night. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good ball game. Spurs. Anyway, till next time, hey, hit the like button on your way out. I'd appreciate it. So would you too. Somebody told me that.
The Denver series, huge underdogs here.
Hey, and I'm not sticking around tonight. After this goes off, I'm good.
Unbelievable finish.
TJ Shannon in the starting lineup for the 2nd straight game. Had a monster second half. He's going to don the headset and join us here on the post-game show. TJ, Alan, and Jim along with you. How did that one feel tonight?
Man, it felt good, man. To still one on the road, man.
Thank y'all.
That's what every team want to do in the playoffs, to get one on the road, and then so we can be 2-0 going back home or 1-1.
Boy,
so
you guys needed all of that 9-point lead down the stretch. Survived that potential game-winning 3. What was it like there in the final couple of minutes? Just talk about the intensity and going back and forth.
Just stand composed, man. Stand together. Everybody gonna make shots. It's good players we playing against, and we got good players as well. But just stand together, stand composed, and listen to the coaches.
You guys did a great job of executing the game plan. You stopped a lot of the dribble penetration. You guys got out and ran yourself a lot more in the second half, TJ. How'd you guys do that?
Pitchy got on me at halftime. Just trying to get my motor up, get the offensive on, push the pace. And everybody told me to crash, but everybody did that as a group collectively, and I feel like we got to do a better job boxing out, obviously, but we got the win, so that's good.
Big time second half for you, TJ. You talked about getting downhill. How much was it fun was it to see Anthony Edwards back and doing his thing again?
Oh man, I loved it. I was happy as hell when he said he was coming back playing today. So man, it's always good to have a best player in the NBA on the floor with you. So I feel good.
Is there, what's the confidence level amongst you guys about just coming in here and winning this game on the road? It just looks like it's becoming routine. Are you starting to feel that now in your second year? Is that this team expects to win every night?
Every night. We, like I said, we got the best player in the NBA, so I feel like we can win any game when he's on the floor with us.
Hey, TJ, what kind of adjustments do you expect in terms of drawing Victor Wembanyama to the rim and kicking those things out to the perimeter and not allowing him to block as many shots as he did tonight?
I mean, I don't fear. We don't fear nobody. So we gonna treat him like a regular player. Obviously, he's a freak of nature. But you know, when he does help down, we gotta kick it to the corner, find the people who are open. But it's just an adjustment we gotta make. That's all.
He's a freak of nature, isn't he? He got 12 blocks tonight.
I appreciate you, Meatloaf.
Real quick, you got your first 2 shots blocked by him. What was that like? Those first 2 possessions of the game?
It happens. I told when he blocked it, he talked a little trash. I told him I'm gonna keep coming at him, and I ain't gonna stop. But he gonna see me all serious.
TJ, appreciate
Congrats.
the visit. Great job in Game 1.
Yep, thank you.
TJ Shannon along with us here after a 104-102 nail-biter of a finish here in Game 1.
See y'all tomorrow.
Lead the
Lakers
series,
Thunder.
7 series.
Oh, yeah,
1
Pistons
game to
tomorrow,
none. It's a
huh?
good sign when the Wolves do take Game 1.
We'll do it the same way. A little
4-1
bonus.
when they win Game
We'll do
1
it the same way. Let me cut that shit down. Do it the same way. We'll go bonus audio, then get into our West Side. Have a good night.
Wolves now have the home court advantage, and they got a chance to get greedy in a couple of nights. Get Game 2.
Just getting Ant back was just a phenomenal thing for Minnesota, for their confidence and the way that Ant played in this game. He was tremendous. You know, he didn't really look like he was hurting at all. He wasn't playing quite as fast at times, but 8 of 13 for Anthony Edwards. Hit 2 of 3 from three-point land. Did not get to the free throw line once, but, I mean, 18 points for Anthony Edwards in 25 minutes. Pretty amazing performance by him tonight for sure.
No doubt about it. 104-102. Stay tuned. Our post-game show continues next all across the Minnesota Timberwolves Radio Network.
Fuck with it, bro.
Y'all already know how I do. Potoi remix, gotta go till tomorrow. 28 Black.
bottle to the night and no sip. I got bills being due, baby, mama need cash. Twins growing up, 1, 2, 3 fast. Tried to quit the pills, think I might relapse. Looking in the mirror, swear I gotta see Max. Can't quite feel those shoes yet. No clue, no you what to do next. Lost my daddy, my granny, my lady. All I got is my family, my baby. All the bullshit I've been through with me got me reminding myself on a daily. Only could trust the 2 niggas, just got him a brother. This world is so cold and too crazy. Bitch